everyone, and welcome to Deep and Crisp and Even. This is our festive one-shot, where everything is fine. Some heroes going to a lovely holiday fair. What could go wrong? This is an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I will be your DM, Tom. We're playing Dungeons & Dragons, as I said, so we're also streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. So, for those of you who are coming new to this exciting world, Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy world. Each of these 5 players have their own unique characters, they have their own unique skills, their own unique backstories in some cases, and they'll be going on little adventures. But how do we decide if things are good or bad? Why, it's the control of dice, mostly a D20. Simple way. D20, a wonderful story. I won. Things might get a bit serious. So, while they're all playing their characters, I'll be playing absolutely everything else. I'll be playing trees, I'll be playing shopkeepers, I'll be playing the actual element of cold. So look forward to that. So we're just keeping it unpredictable with the rolling of the dice. We'll be introduced to these fine folks in a moment. Before we kick off, the stream's going to last about 3 hours, approximately. Timekeeper badge. And there's going to be a break in the middle, about 5 to 10 minutes. Time for you to go get yourself a nice cup of hot chocolat. With all that said, let's show our appreciation to some sponsors, shall we?
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. you know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Finally, we are playing with a diverse group of players, playing a diverse group of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are different genders to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but acknowledge that it does happen and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we do miss an instance of misgendering, we are open to being corrected, so please just let us know if you think one has been missed. Also, if you put !safety in the chat, you'll be able to see our content warnings and some of the safety tools we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit. Now, with all that said and done, step into Wintermas. We start in darkness. There's the sound of dripping snow as ice falls. And from outside, we hear cries, "Boys! Boys, where are you? Are you in here?" Slowly, a small light comes in, someone holding a torch. As the light starts shining, we get to see a bit more. A man in rather burnished armor. It looks like a heritage piece, something from a golden era long past. He looks around and around. "Boys, this isn't funny. If you're here, your grandfather's worried. You need to come home." Light. The man is scared. No one comes into this cave because there have been stories. Hundreds of years ago, in this cave, there was a dragon. And those 100 years ago, some brave knights came into this cave in order to slay this dragon and disappeared. No one has been brave enough to come in here until now, when the two princes, the heirs to the throne, have disappeared. The knight slowly looks around. He doesn't think they are in here, but yet there'd been a horse that seemed to be loitering outside the cave, and after he shooed it away, well, he thought there might be a possibility. Slowly, as he walks in further and further, the light from his torch begins filling up the cavern. He jolts back. There is indeed a dragon here, but he hasn't seen him. And he slowly lifts it up. He realizes this dragon is trapped, frozen. As the torch slowly moves round, it does indeed reveal five frozen knights trapped for all eternity. As Evie smiles, the Princess Tine has been rediscovered all these years later. And thus, after much worry and a failure to return the missing boys, a small town begins. The town of Silverhold. And as we look at these knights, it transitions into a poster, the Frozen Five here in Silverhold, and a mayor standing in front of it going, "Well, they're gone now, so we probably should change that poster." It has been a year since the Frozen Five escaped from their frozen captivity and set out on an adventure to save the world. But the problem has been that the town of Silverhold every year throws a big winter festival because obviously it had an ice princess, so it's a great time. You can don't look at me like that. So everything's great. So for this one year, as their main attraction has literally got up and walked off, it is the question of, is this to be the last Silverhold Wintermas festival? they can rebrand. They've had to rebrand the pub already, the inn, from the Ice Princess to the Nice Princess. She's very scary. Don't mess with her. So yes, for hundreds of years, this festival has been a chance for people to come and get the things for the holidays, to try new foods, to get beautiful carved toys, new books for the young'uns. And this might be the thing that draws our charming dears, these lovely old folk, all of them with some kind of care, some young'un who would probably enjoy maybe a hay sweet or a carved wooden toy.
A hay sweet?
Absolutely. A hay sweet, the favourite sweet of Sir Griffin Satane.
Sure.
Which we discovered was being sold in the shop already, which I like to think is like a barley sweet, but it's not. It's a sweet made of hay. It's not good, but it's an acquired taste. Well, considering you spoke up, let's pan over. The camera's moving across the crowd. There are a variety of exciting stalls. And then we pan over to see Nat introduce us to Valka once again.
Yes, Valka is a human woman. She's of her late 50s, early 60s, and is pretty darn tall. She's past 6 foot. Still looking pretty hench, despite her age. She's probably bedecked out in her usual sort of brown leathers, a little spike pauldron. Although this is not adventuring time, this is supposed to be relaxed, cozy shopping time. So it's not necessarily like there because of imminent danger. It's mostly there because otherwise you've got to carry it somewhere else, so you may as well wear it. Also carrying for practicality rather than need. On either hip there are 2 very large battle axes that have got sort of jagged black blades with a sort of greenish hint to them, but rather than the slightly tealy green that they were before, they're now more of a like swampy brown green. And there's like little hints of sort of leaves and vines carving along the haft of them instead, maybe reflecting her new patron. What's the weather like here?
It's it's crisp. Sure. And even.
Good.
There has been a light dusting of snow, but it's so we're coming up to sort of like mid-afternoon, so it's
deep.
It's not deep yet, although the weathermancers proclaim that we might have a white wintermas, and that means good times for the kingdom. Yes, but it's not quite deep yet, because otherwise you're going to get stuck inside, and no one wants that. But yes, so Chris.
I mean, she's used to sort of living on the mountains from her upbringing, so she's a hardy lady. So still like arms out. Probably has like a little bit of a fur on, but not wrapping up that much.
It's not noticeable. There's a mix of people. Some people are wearing big puffy coats, and some like yourself are like, this is easy weather, you know. So as I said, there's a variety of stalls here. Are you looking for anything in particular, and who are you looking for?
Okay, well, I'd be looking for presents for the family. So my son and daughter, even though I never mentioned my daughter, but she gets a present as well. Granddaughter Ilvia as well, maybe some kind of toy for her. She's about 5 or 6. Probably looking for a present for Veracity as well.
Veracity does deserve gifts.
Non-flammable gifts.
Interesting. Well, as I said, a variety of stalls. There's one that's selling clothing, one that's selling some books, one that just seems to be selling trinkets, like bizarre carved things that you probably haven't seen the like of before. If you look there, there's a winter ladrin just standing there looking incredibly glum. There's also a table which has a bunch of archery equipment on it that no one seems to be manning. There's also a sweet stall covered in little jars, probably hay sweets as well. So, anyone you particularly want to go and have a look at?
I'll probably have a little look at the trinkets, maybe, and then head over to the sweet stall. Although I don't know how well the sweets are traveling. I've got a long way to get home, so
that's very true. So you head over to the trinkets, and there's a Winter Eladrin just standing there going, "Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to my trinket stall."
Oh, thank you very much. You've got some very nice trinkets here. Anything in particular that you're quite proud of?
Is bear. And just hands over. It's like a carved wooden bear, sort of like. And the Eladrin presses a button, and the bear's arm is going. Geek, 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 geek. For your podcast listeners, I'm doing bear movements. Geek, 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 geek.
Yes, that famous noise that bears make. Kiki.
Well, that's the thing. I've spent my time in the woods, and then I just heard the geek, 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 geek. I'm like, time to leave.
Needs honey to oil its arms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How it works.
That's the secret. That's the Eladrin. Evie's on it. I have bear. And looking this Eladrin has looked exhausted and bored already. He goes, "We also have new book, Important Lessons for Small Children," and holds up a book. The book is called The Two Ice Princes, and for those of you in the real world, if you've ever seen German fairy tales, especially Little Sucker Thumb, with that weird sort of drawing, it's two boys standing in long night dresses. One's wearing a cat mask, and the other was wearing a horse mask. Is good story. Locals here get sad because it relates to local area, but teaches important lesson to kinders.
Well, that's nice. We tend to go with more verbal traditions of storytelling where I'm from, so I don't know how well a book could go down, but nice for you that you've got it.
Pushes the book aside, and you can see there's just a bag full of these books. No one wants book. Yes. Anything in particular you want for child? If not, very cool bear.
The bear is very nice. Does it come with some oil for getting rid of the squeak?
Duckstan comes up with, just a pot of honey. Is honey for bear?
I'm not sure that'll help with the squeaking, but I will. Is the honey extra? Does that come with it?
Make a persuasion roll.
No, I'm not too bad at persuasion. Let's see. Oh, that is a 21. I will take your bear and your honey.
You have nice, friendly face.
Well, thank you.
And your arms are not scared of cold. I like. So, yes, you get the bear. Again, sort of what do you think Veracity would like?
So I was imagining the bear for Ilvia. Her Veracity, again, something non-flammable. She's a little old for just mere toys.
Yes, I don't think she'd appreciate that.
Definitely not books.
No,
we've
no.
had bad
No.
bad times with books. Maybe something that's not easily breakable in any way, shape, or form, or just long-lasting sweet treats, postable.
Because we rely on the Sword Coast postal system to get. It's mostly teleportation, but yes, there's. So the Eladrin has obviously brought wooden things from. There's things sort of carved out of rock as well. I mean, you're more than welcome to go.
Rock carving might work.
Rock carving, yeah.
That might work.
But does your friend particularly like animals? Any particular A lot of them are bears.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind a bear. She's more into plants than animals, I'll be honest.
Ducks down and comes up with like a little glass. It's like one of those sort of, again, the small plants growing inside like a vacuum seal. There you go.
A terrarium.
A terrarium. Yes.
Nice.
A little handheld terrarium.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
Yes, why not? We could try that. Maybe she could talk to them and ask them if they're all right being locked away forever.
You can plant tree. Once you've taken it from me, I do not care. Tree does not care.
Very good. I'll take both of those then, please.
It is a pleasure doing service. you hand over the gold, and the Eladrin just puts it in a little pouch around their neck. Thank you. And
You're
then
welcome.
very slowly gives you a thumbs up. Yes.
Are you having a good time?
No.
Oh.
I never have a good time. I'm a winter Eladrin. We are known for being glum.
Oh, that's very sad. There's lots of
also-
nice things about winter.
Name 3.
Well, it's my surname for one, and I'm great.
That's 1.
Meta. No. The cold can be quite nice, actually, from time to time. Oh, and there's just that wonderful thing. First thing in the morning, when there's a light frost and the sun hits it and everything just sparkles. It's quite magical. I imagine you look the same when the sun hits you in the morning.
The winter Eladrin blushes slightly. I can sparkle, yes.
Well, there you
Some
go.
say it is the skin of a killer, but that is not true. I do not kill.
Oh, well, that's a terrible assumption to make.
It is, yes.
It's also a lovely time for being cozy, right? I notice you have a very fetching hat on.
Thank you. I was given it as gift by... and points over to the clothing store.
Uh-huh.
It seems he is obsessed with giving people clothes. It is strange.
Oh, just giving them away for free, or?
Yes.
Oh,
He also sells but tries to give gifts. Is odd.
interesting. Fair
Are you
enough.
sure you don't want to read book? It is also written by a person whose name is Winter.
Oh,
You look,
right.
you look, and it is written by Kahur Winter.
I would like to say that Winter is not Valka's surname. Valka's surname is Hart. I was being stupid.
No. Look at me renaming your character. Character choices. No.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have no need for a book, but if you want me to take one as part of the deal with the bear and the plant thing, then sure, I'll take one off your hands. You seem to be having trouble.
Kahura is very bossy. Do
Okay.
not tell her I said that. She would get cross.
Okay. I'm sure there's someone who'll read it.
Pushes you a copy of this book. The Eladrin ducks down and puts another copy of the book on the table. So Valka, you want to go look at the suites, but
Yes.
we're going to pan away. Who next? Who spoke? Evie spoke up. You came on my radar, Evie.
No.
I'm not vindictive. I'm just cruel, like the winter. As we travel across, Evie, please reintroduce us even to our dear friend.
Yes, Myrtle Berryburble, whose name is very fun to say, is a little 2'5" halfling, kind of with a long grey braid with a little bit of red hair going down her back, with now little flowers sprouting from within it. She is 149 years young, and very kind of shrunken and wizened, but seems to be putting it on a little bit. She seems to be in much better shape than she was in Windfall and Waterdeep, which was where she was last seen. And she is fully clad in like a fully knitted outfit, and big old scarves, considerably darker in the palette now. Just with a little hood up, just yes, looking for all of the gifts.
Ah, Myrtle. Okay, so as I said, there's you can go look at clothing. There's someone selling hot drinks. There's someone selling books. There's our dear friend the Eladrin. There's also the unmanned archery section and the sweet stall.
I will go to the archery section.
Marvellous. You walk over to... so, as I said, there's like a table on very beautiful bows, very beautiful arrows, quivers. And as you look over, you sort of like... Actually, you're 2 foot. You might not be able to see over the table. But as
I do also have 10 feet of blind sight.
as you look through, you can see that behind there is a chair. And on that chair are sitting 5 little piglets. Just sitting there. They're like in little like dungarees. They're little trotters there. And they're just sort of sitting there, like looking around very politely. And then one of them just quietly sneezes, and the other one hands him a handkerchief, and he's like, "Thank you."
Bless you, dear.
Oh! They scramble all over each other trying to get up, and then sort of look over and go, "Hello." 5 little heads just poking out. "Hello, are you interested in bows and arrows and quivers?"
Yes, I may perchance be interested in them. Tell me, have you been telling porkies? Have you been good little piggies or bad little piggies?
You are very funny.
Yes, I am, aren't I?
We like you. Yes, we do. Yes. Have you ever shot a bow and arrow and used a quiver before?
Oh, well, back in my youth, I did it a couple of times, yes, but I'm no expert. But I'm sure my grandchildren would, and my great-grandchildren, and now they're only tiny wee things, but now my great-great-grandchildren would sure to love to learn.
That is a long line. We also come from a long line, although we did not know it until a year ago, when our dad, who is not our dad Ephor, came and said, "I am going to free you from a curse," and now we are free. And then he's like, "Take care of the stool. Don't get stabbed." And we said we would not get stabbed, and we have not got stabbed that much. Yes, your great-great-great-great-grandchildren would love to shoot arrows at things such as starlings, apples, or each other.
What do you mean you haven't been stabbed that much?
2 of them hold up their little trot. It's not deep, but they've obviously like touched the arrows and gone, "Ah!"
Oh, no, and you don't have an adult supervising you?
We are one and do not need supervision. We are capable and strong, and Ephor said don't touch anything, but we touched things because you can't tell us what to do.
This will not do. This will not do at all.
Oh no, we got Dad not Dad in trouble.
No, your daddy is not in trouble.
Good.
No one is in trouble, but you. I am taking over.
Oh.
Now, to your corners, start shouting about how amazing this stool is. We're going to do some good business. And if you don't, well, I'll wag my finger very harshly.
No, the one thing we fear most. 5 piglets spew off. Come look at the arrows that our grandmother has sold.
I will make successes out of them yet.
So these 5 little piglets just start yelling at the top of their voices. And just roll a d20.
Yep, sure. That was a 14.
That's pretty good. People who were like, maybe it wasn't a good idea getting my child a bow and arrow are like, they have to learn somehow. Myrtle has now begun a new shop. Well done. You always, back at Waterdeep, you always were able to corral people. You've done a good job.
Yes. And most importantly, I'm stopping them from stabbing each other or themselves.
They manage to not stab them. It comes close a few times, and then they see the finger, and they're like, "Oh no!" Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on the farm, Aoife's like, "Where are my boys? Where are they gone?"
I hope you realise that I can't leave these boys unsupervised. They will be coming with us on any kind of adventure now.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like I planned it. Anyway, okay. Everyone else has been very polite to not turn their mics off. And yet I'm going to be picking on John. John, welcome. Please introduce us to yourself and why you're here in Silverhold.
Today I will be returning to the joy of Sister Belinda, who is I'll say somewhere between Valka and Myrtle in terms of height, but it's probably a bit close to Valka's end, being about 5'3", 5'4", like a seemingly human woman. Very kind of like healthy, ruddy complexion. Hard to tell the shape of her body because she's wearing her winter habit. I don't dress like this all the time. So for thematic reasons, I don't always wear an improvised wimple, an impro-wimple, as I'm going to call it. Then the wimple is in colours of very deep red and black. She's probably got a nice big fur cloak on in black, maybe a red lining to accommodate for the time of year. Probably wearing extra thick pants. She's got very pale grey eyes. She smiles quite a lot. She doesn't blink much. And she is out looking for some gifts for her favourite girls. Favourite ones, the top in her heart, at the school where she works as the assistant librarian, which is a very, very, very highly regarded private finishing school for like top aristocratic young gals. It is run by servants of Tiamat, but it does really kind of turn out the top, as I like to think, the creme de la creme of the aristocracy. So that's where she works as a librarian. So she's just out trying to find her favourite girls, just a little something extra to pop in their stocking on Christmas Day.
Marvellous.
Wintermas Day.
Wintermas Day.
Obvious. What's Chris? Who's he? She, they.
It may be some form of dragon. We don't know. I think we've accidentally invoked the Christ child enough time that something exists out there. But yes. So, what do you think? What are you thinking for the stocking? Is it an educational book? Is it a little bag of sweeties? She
would naturally gravitate to the bookstore. If she works in a library, she'd be interested.
Marvellous. You head over to the bookstore. Behind it is sitting a human man. He's quite sort of bulky, sort of shaved head, flat cap, sort of. All right.
Sister Belinda twinkles her eyes at him and, using subtle spell, cast Charm Person. Wisdom saving throw for him, please.
Okay, commoner.
Yes, Sister Belinda.
Taking no prisoners.
Hey, we've got one game. Just burn it, guys. Use it all.
Yeah, I'm not going to... that was an 18 on the dice.
Oh, he succeeds, but it's a subtle spell, so he just gets a little kind of tickle in his head.
He's like, twinkly eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sister Belinda's like, they're tough around here. I like it. Well, exciting. Hello, young man. Well, I was very interested in perusing these nice items that you got here, your literary endeavours.
Right. Yep. We got wide selection. What thing are you in the market for?
Well, I'm looking for some books that a gal of about 12 or 13 might enjoy. Maybe something with a little bit of fun in it for a growing lady, but nothing too serious. I keep a small collection at the library I work at for the girls who reached that certain age. But these particular young ladies are not quite there yet. So I just like something a bit fun, a bit of adventure.
So like murder mystery, like solving crimes or something with like...
Yes, maybe if there was like a party of maybe 7 young adventurers who go around and solve mysteries, something like that. Or maybe a lot who looked after younger children and they had a club or something and they solved some kind of mysteries and did activities as well. That could work, I suppose. Anything like that?
All right. There is a selection of like young adventurers books where, yes, indeed, a group of excitable teens go off and solve crimes and deal with ghosts. But of course, ghosts are real. So sometimes they do need to call in the local cleric and drive it out. Yes.
Watson, it's not always smugglers.
That's the problem, where you're like, it is smugglers, but one of them is a ghost. And occasionally there's like a lich who's like, no, I wanted to tear down the old observatory, and then runs away. It's one of those, it's like, for us, it's like those like Goosebumps books where you're like, yeah, sure, the same person wrote this. Just a series of, and they that's the nice thing about this series, where it's sort of like going, there's no real continuity. So if you wanted to buy each of the girls a book, they're of good quality.
And then they could swap them round and share them and each enjoy. Oh, this is perfect, Jess. If I could have 2 copies, I might put them in the library. This is excellent. And
the man looks very excited. A lot of these books are just there's like a tour guide to the town. There's also what seems to be like a self-published like guide to the Feywild, which seems a bit tattered. There isn't. It looks like someone's tried to slip the Eladrin book on it, but it's like being pushed back. But yes, you're able to buy double copies of all the books for how many girls you've got.
And I wouldn't be interested in the Feywild books. I had an adventure once, and it wasn't quite my cup of tea.
You look at it, you flick through it, and it's mostly, right, so sometimes a lake's not going to be a lake, and you've got to be prepared for that. It's nonsense. It's just, it's not for you, Sister B, not for you. Yes, so you managed to buy a complete set. Anywhere you want to head to next?
I think Sister Belinda will just park up in the square and just watch people go. A little bit of people watch. Is there a cafe? Can she sit at a cafe and have
there is
a cup of tea?
Yes, there's like a hot drinks stall, which I will just slowly, as you start approaching, you see a dwarven woman just look up and go, yoo-hoo! This is Bernadetta Bernie, the former dwarven adventurer. She's seen you, and you're going to have to deal with that when we come back to you. But as, like, Sister B, Bernadette, do you have any reaction to just being yoo-hooed at?
I think I could roll for deception to freeze my face.
Yes.
Hopefully a charming grimace. I'm quite good at that.
As we prepare to spin, let's see how this goes.
Bernie does a 28. Darling, it's been an age. I know. I mean, I know I've been around a long time, but
I'm 82. I'd like to point out that she is a dwarf and looks very old. Yeah. Bernie, you're 82.
I'm over 400 though, so I'm like, you've been around a whole century.
I know. You'll have to come to the party when I throw it. we pull away from this beautiful scene. Nick, let's have a look at you. Introduce us to yourself. Why are you here?
Yes, I will be this evening bringing to the table a lovely old gnomish grandmother by the name of Doris McCluskey. She is almost the epitome of a grandma. She has the curly white permed snowy white hair on her head, very thick glasses, very round, sort of like bottle end kind of glasses that she has on. She is still quite copper-toned in the skin, but you might notice a few white patches in our terms, vitiligo, effectively. She has that on her as well, and a little bit freckled, and walks with a walking stick, effectively, or a cane, which is basically her quarterstaff, and she likes to play the old Gandalf trick of looking a lot more unable than she actually is. And scattered all across her is a collection of like potions and bottles and items and all these sorts of things, just little bits and bobs everywhere. She likes to have a little something for anything, for anyone that might come along, as I'm sure you will discover as you go about. But this is little Doris. She is 289 and very, very happy to be around and just enjoys the market. It's glorious.
It's a lovely vibe. Again, it's there's the smell of spice in the air. It's just anything you in particular would like to go see.
Oh no. Thing is, Doris is here for a little bit of market research as much as a bit of marketing. So, let's see. Where should we go first?
Clothing. Hot drink cafe with a very excitable dwarf. There's the bookstore. There's the Winter Lantern trinkets. There's the archery, now being run by Murta. And also the sweet store.
Sweet store. Definitely sweet store.
You head over to the sweet store. It's covered in bunting. And behind the counter is an owlin woman. Ooh! Oh, hello there! Welcome to Westy T. Hoots Sweet Emporium. Now, can I get any... Yes, it's another Sean-style character. I'll put it in the chat. There's an anagram. Can I get anything for you? But please, do not make... She points down. There's like a bassinet just on there. That if you look down, it's just a tiny little white owlin chick that's just fast asleep. Shh. The wee baby Snow Cheeks is sleeping.
Oh, what a little dear. Oh, it's very cute. Oh, very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I was, I am, of course, looking for a few treats for my little ones. So I take it pretty much. Oh, what have you got around here? Have you got any rhubarb type ones? They do like the little sour touch.
Oh. Are you particularly wanting rhubarb and custard? Or like rhubarb...
You know how to spoil me. Yes, absolutely. Have you got any of those?
Again, imagine if I was like, nah. Again, it's... How disappointing. I'm not sure how West DT manages to move, but there's just big glass jars and the beautiful noise of like a little scoop going into sweets. And how many would you be wanting?
Oh, let me see. Let's take 5 bags of the rhubarb and custard. Have you got any of those old sour plumes?
Ooh, I'll just have a look. Last bag.
Oh, perfect. I'll have one of those as well. Thank you very much.
Anything else you'd be wanting?
Oh, I think that'll probably do for me, dearie. I had a quick question for you, though. Or 2 questions, actually. One, now, in a place like this, I'm seeing a lot of lovely items, but I'm not seeing very much in the way of medicinals or anything like that. If you were in need of that sort of thing, do you feel that you are perhaps lacking in such a requirement in this town?
Oh, well, we do have a doctor, but yes, I suppose, good family. Are you selling pills and potions?
It's just a little something like that. Yes, I've got a little bit of a flair for the apothecary, you see, dear, and I've been trying to get myself a little stall set up for quite some time. First one didn't go so well. I think it was the name. I very much like yours. It's lovely, but I think I made mine a bit too long last time, you see.
Oh, what did you call it?
Well, it was McCluskey's Medicinals for mild to medium to malignant maladies. But that wasn't really working out for me. So I've decided on a new one. You see, I'll be working with my daughters. So it's just basically McCluskey's and McCluskey's, or as I like to call it, the M&M stall.
Ooh!
Ooh.
You're very welcome.
There's booing. You assume that someone is watching a Punch and Judy show. Why would there be booing? Oh, that does sound lovely. Yes. No, I think that would go down well. Yes.
Good.
Did you? Second question.
Well, it's going to be how you came up with your name, actually, because I do like it very much, and obviously mine was a bit too long.
Oh, well, my name is Westy T. Hoot. It's a family name, and I got a nice young man to paint me a sign, and yes.
I like it. Oh, you must point me in the direction of nice young men to paint me signs.
Ooh. I can do that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what did you say your name was?
Oh, Doris McCluskey.
She offers a feathery hand across. Lovely to meet you. And yes, if you go have a word with the mayor, maybe they'll be able to sort you out a stall for next time.
A very good idea indeed. I certainly shall. Thank you.
Ooh! And there's a very quiet from inside the bassinet. The wee baby Snow Cheeks is very sleepy. Doris, where would you like to head to next?
Probably the clothes stall, I think.
Absolutely amazing. So you begin heading towards the clothes stall. But how strange. I believe there's one charming soul that we haven't been introduced to yet. Liz, please. The moment and the stage is yours.
Oh gosh, well, stiffly pacing around all the stalls, being very interested in what they contain, with a slight hunch beginning to form on her back. She's kind of severely inspecting all of the items on all of the stalls with a very large magnifying glass. It seems to be her only way of getting around. She's wearing her usual nun outfit with the mithril chain cowl underneath the wimple. Her eyesight's very diminished at this point of time. She's about 252 years old, but she's lost track at this point. This is Agnes Shoulderdash, cleric to Kalemvor. And not only is she inspecting the goods on the stalls, but she's inspecting the stalls themselves for wear and tear. And if she spots anything, she'll cast mending on them as she goes past. There we are, dear. Yes, your stall was about to fall down on you, but it's fixed now.
Thank you very much. Would you like to buy a bow, arrow, or quiver?
I'm sorry?
Bow, arrow, or quiver for sale.
You'll have to speak up, my dear, and enunciate.
The piglings look at each other. Would you like to shoot things?
Yes, very much so. Please direct me to the nearest place at which I can shoot anything. Let me grab my magnifying glass. One moment.
Points up at Myrtle.
Who is knitting scarves for the little piglets.
I'm not shooting Myrtle, my dear.
Agnes!
Myrtle, what are these small little creatures getting you to do? They want me to shoot you.
No, they were left unsupervised.
Oh,
so at this stall that shoots bows and arrows.
Oh, right, the stall's for shooting things. Oh,
it does.
And they're why are you unsupervised, young man? And she'll look down to one of the little...
Because our dad, who's not our dad, needed to deal with something, and he said, don't you do anything bad. And we haven't done anything bad. We've just sat here and then occasionally got stabbed.
May I do an insight check just to make sure that they're not lying to me?
Yes.
May I also do that?
Yes.
I'll be like with the magnifying glass in his face. That's a 12.
25.
Agnes, what do you know? Small little piglings, they could be doing anything. Myrtle, they've been up to mischief. They've been...
Of course.
Is the finger coming out?
It comes out.
Oh, no! Grandmother's angry. We're sorry. They all have fallen on their backs and wiggling. We're sorry. We didn't mean it. We thought it would be good so we could buy gifts.
Another question. Are these piglets properly clothed for the weather?
They are wearing dungarees. They are not wearing sensible hats.
I have been knitting scarves. May I please give them each a very long scarf? And just kind of...
Have you wrapped them all up in scarves?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Also kind of so they can't move and get into more trouble.
You have now tethered these pigs together who have got up and then have got one end of it tied around the counter and they're just sorry.
Now you're doing a very good job since I've been here, but don't test me.
Sorry.
You don't want to test Myrtle. She's ferocious with those knitting needles.
Okay, sorry, other granny, we won't.
Just Agnes, not Granny, thank you.
Okay.
The manners cost nothing.
Okay, Agnes, we don't usually get to call people by their first names, we have to be polite.
Well, you can call me Agnes Shoulderdash if you wish. That's my full Sunday name.
Oh, Sunday's when we have baths.
Good for you. That's the spirit. There we are. Very nice. May I very abruptly, like not even letting Myrtle know that I'm about to go, just turn round and begin to make my way towards wherever looks like it has some decent seating that ideally would support the back and the knees.
I will say that as you suddenly turn around to go, Myrtle just mumbles, "Defo bat."
I'm sorry?
Oh, you're forgiven, dear.
Good. Kalemvor be with you, Myrtle. And I'll pace to where I need to be.
The piglings are also going, doing shrugs as well. Just synchronized 5 little shrugs. Yes, actually, because this is going to take you over to the cafe.
It's going to take a while, Tom. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm shuffling.
That's absolutely fine. Because we've as I said, we've had the cafe. We've got this. In the center is a small stage, and you hear a chiming of a bell, and there's shuffling. All of you can now see this as 5 small children shuffle on the stage. They're going to do a Wintermas pageant. You see a halfling girl wearing a lovely sort of blue wig dressed as a princess. You see a pigfolk, for some reason dressed as a centaur, which is odd because there is a pigfolk character in this play, which is being played by a human girl. And her twin brother is playing a giant. And then there's just like another one, which is like wearing like not a very good green mask, but there's very clearly like a snout sticking out. This is going to be happening in the background as they all do a little song and a little dance. And little people like do applause. So this is happening in the background as small children are currently doing a Wintermas story. Okay. So let's have a think. So Agnes and B, you're going to be at the cafe. Valka, where were you heading?
I was heading to the sweet stall.
You head to the sweet stall. Mercer's working. Doris. Let's we're going to the cafe. So the cafe is being run by a halfling man who again, Sister B, I think as you approach, is like, "Oh, hello. Would you be interested in anything like warm and filling? We have a variety of hot drinks and cakes, anything, for this cold winter season."
It's like, I just like something in a small portion that is, nice and warm, and you're lovely, aren't you? Yes. But no, I'm out shopping, so I'm on a diet. I will just have a nice cup of tea. I'm going to sit with my friend over there.
Oh, that's no problem. You feel a presence coming up behind you, and you just hear sort of a man say, "I'm terribly sorry. Would you be okay buying an old man a drink?" As you turn around, human, looks ancient, long sort of white hair, is wearing his eyes sort of covered, and his coat is tattered, but it's almost like he's added ribbons to it. Just sort of leaning over and going, "I'm terribly sorry, I haven't had a drink in a while. Just something warm to, keep myself going, if you don't mind."
Cool. I mean, what an innovative jacket you have. What have you come as a maypole? It's the wrong time of year, dear. Sorry about it. I had part of my brain eaten, and I do often say the first thing that comes into my head. I'm sorry about rude. I just don't know anymore. What would you like a cup of? I'm having a normal drink myself this time. Come along. Maybe we'll see if we can put something naughty in it. I'm going to wrap my arm around this nice man.
He looks startled, but a cup of tea would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Now, you do seem someone who's fallen on quite hard times. Do you have any friends, any family in this area?
Make an insight check.
Has Agnes seen all of this happen, dear?
Agnes, as you slowly walk up, there is a nun slowly embracing an old mama or something.
That was a 6 for me. Just thinking about my next meal.
He looks haggard. No, not in this area, no.
Okay, well, let's get you sat down over here. I'm just going to see my friend, catch up with her. But I'm very interested in your story. I'm a lady of the cloth, as you might be able to tell by the way I'm dressed. So let's speak later. I want to see if I can help you.
Thank you. Again, you realise he's not quite looking. Again, he can't see. That's very kind. Gets the cup, feels his way, and eventually gets to a seat. Agnes, welcome to the scene.
I see you've picked up another one, Sister Belinda.
Oh, Agnes, how delightful. What are you doing
You're
here?
always one for lost souls, and you just find them wherever you go. I don't know where you put them, but you find them.
I do. Well, it's important to me. I just think I try to hold people in, he may be downtrodden, but I think he's delicious. And I'll see about that later.
You'll have to inform me as to how you find out about one's deliciousness. It's not something that I'm very accustomed with.
Well, we did have that moment in that temple, didn't we, dear? Where,
we did. When you flashed your slender ankle, and yes, it was...
A little entente as we're here, your holiness, me. I'll just stick to tea round here, shall I?
But I think that would be best. Perhaps we could sing a few hymns. There's an awful racket going on outside with some children. I don't know what they're doing. But we could make some songs in here instead.
Cut to, I am Sir Griffin. I'm a big and strong. I save the day. Hooray! Cut back.
How far away is the play from us?
It's about 100 feet.
I walked an awful long way to get here. It took me a very long time.
You did. You are looking a bit worse for it, dear. Do you want a seat? Shall I go get you a tea?
That would be lovely. Yes, please, Sister Belinda, dear. Something with a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
Do I find it really eases the bane of old age?
Oh.
Not that you know that, of course. You're what?
I mean,
you look about 70.
I would know. I'm 82. Hello, Agnes.
Bernie, dear, where is your son?
Oh, Ned. Young Ned. My grandson's around here somewhere, but old Ned. Oh, now. It all begins in Waterdeep. Here we go, as a very long and uninteresting story is going to start. Valka, you're with this. Hello there. Would you be interested in sweets? But,
yes, I would.
The wee baby Snowcheeks is sleeping.
So we have to be quiet. Right, okay. Is this the best place to be having a kid sleep?
Oh, well, I like putting him up here so I can keep an eye on him. But, yes, I suppose I didn't have anyone to babysit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, you're doing a grand job.
Thank you.
Now, what have you got for me?
Well, I hope you like rhubarb.
I don't mind it. Have you got any macarons?
Oh! That's a 13. Oh, hey. Hands you over a small. There you go.
Oh, I never used to have these. They're always a bit posh, but I've developed a taste for them, I'll be honest.
Lovely with a cup of tea, yes.
Indeed, yes. And what have you got by way of... Do you do like a general sort of mixed bag of...
Oh, absolutely,
a pick and mix, you might say.
Oh, I loved those when I was a child, yes. And again, it's very colourful and very stripy. And there's hard sweets, there's little gummy beholders. No, gummy bugbears. That was what was in the... yes, there you go. There's also gummy beholders. It didn't work so well. Where you're very clearly getting rid of your stock.
Oh, yes. No, I'm imagining a beholder suite where it's like the head is just plastic and then it's lollipops for eyes.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
genius.
You know what? That's exactly what that is. I also got the sweet for order if you want.
Oh, lovely. Yes, I'll take. Valka will buy too many sweets.
Oh, absolutely. Congratulations, you've now got a bag. You have almost cleared this out.
Yeah,
we're getting
absolutely.
It's like, yeah. Do you want to head towards the cafe? It's getting on. Or
Sure, yeah, I'll have a little sit down. I'll sort of be just nosing about the rest of the stalls, just enjoying, that kind of, I'm not here to buy anything else really, but I'm going to nose at everything, pick everything up and have a look at it. Probably with sticky fingers now as well.
Oh, you got away. As you just feel. The one stall we haven't been to yet is the clothing stall, behind which is sitting a kobold.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Are you interested in buying yourself some form of woodland winter woolly?
I don't generally have much need for them. I have spent a lot of my money on sweets, I'll be honest.
Oh, I know that can be a problem, yes.
Kind of looks at you a bit. Do you make sure you do get a new piece of clothing before tonight?
Before tonight? Why, what's tonight?
You know the story of the two princes?
Oh, is that what this book was about?
The kobolds.
Well, that's the Eladrin version of the story, but yeah, maybe.
Are you okay?
Looks over, and as you look over, the small green performer is sort of trying to step forward to do a song as the others sort of like the two humans sort of like push them aside.
It's the first time in town, and my child wanted to be in the performance, but I don't think they're having a very nice time.
Oh, that's a shame. They were doing a good job.
Yes.
They do that. I think they wanted to perform. They haven't made many friends, especially. Sorry,
dear.
That's not.
Are you? I'm just going to have a little look over here. It's just going to
slowly edge away from the kobold.
This kobold that's it clearly needs someone to talk to, but
absolutely not.
That feels like a longer conversation.
Yes, and there's going to be a run on the cakes when this performance ends, and you need to go. Yeah, you move away. You realise the kobold is looking at you, not like threateningly, but looking at you sadly.
Look, I tell you what, I don't have any money, so I'm not going to buy anything, but if you think there's genuinely anything that's going to be troubling for tonight, then I've done a bit of adventuring myself before in the past, and well, if you think there's going to be any trouble, let me know. All right, I'm going to go and have a sit down over there.
Thank you.
I hope your child has a better time of things.
Nods sadly. You go and take a seat. Oh, hello! Bernie.
Oh, hello, Bernie.
Hello. Oh, haven't seen you in an age. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Gosh, I fancy seeing you pop up here.
Have you met the nuns?
Hello. I don't think we've been acquainted. No, I've been not around for a little while. I had some business in the Feywild.
Oh, was it an adventure? Hello, Sister Belinda, pleased to meet you.
Oh, hello, Valka Heartsong. Hello, and you are?
Agnes Shoulder Dash. I too have been on an adventure. I was sainted.
Oh, goodness. Congratulations.
Thank you. You will never have heard of Agnes being sainted on the material plane anyway. It's not the first, you'll have to excuse me, I'm very excited about being sainted. It's not really the sort of thing I lead conversations with, but it felt correct in this moment in time.
It did feel like you brought it in quite early, dear.
I'm not often known for shoehorning, but there we are.
Those feet, one would wonder.
Sorry?
Sorry, I have this tendency to say that I singate my part of my brain. I keep saying what's in my head. Very rude.
This is why we get on.
Lovely. I think your corns are mostly gone, aren't they?
As far as I'm aware, yes, I do keep scrubbing.
I feel like I've walked in on something here.
No, come sit
sit
down.
down,
You're a big
please.
strapping lass, aren't you? And Sister B will reach out a hand and place it on your arm.
Oh,
Just
it is firm.
Oh, I think I might have to also get in on this firm action. I'm going to also put my hand up.
Okay. Is this... I've not met a lot of nuns. Is this part of your...
Don't worry, we're not recruiting.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway, unless you want to find out all about Preamble. Sister Blinder, I'm not very certain as to whom you worship, but I'm sure we'll find out later.
Tiamat.
Oh.
But it's more just a family tradition, just a hobby. It's just, it's not, I don't take it that seriously.
One must always respect tradition, and I'm just going to squeeze Valka's arm just a little bit more.
I feel like I've heard...
What's more important, I think, is just that sense of community you have, and that's...
Bernie, how are you doing?
Well, I was just telling them about young Ned. Well, old Ned now, because young Ned, well, he's around here somewhere. Anyway, where was the last time I saw... Yes! Candlekeep! Now! And here comes yet another long and pointless... The previous story was not finished. And will never be finished. Bless her. She's 82, you know. You couldn't tell. She's 82.
No.
Doris. Myrtle, I'm not leaving you out. You're doing a roaring business. A lot of people, the piglings have run slightly off to go get more bows and arrows.
I have saved Wintermas for them.
You have. I don't want to be too intense, but you have. Doris.
I would have gone to the bows and arrow store by now, but I'm actually really intimidated by this amazing selling that's going on. It's like, I'm going to have to get some tips from her later. Oh dear, she's awfully good. Anyway.
You're like, ooh.
Oh, I'm heading towards the clothing store, please, dear.
You're heading towards the clothing store. Behind there is sitting a very sad-looking kobold. Oh, hello.
Hello, dear.
Are you interested in buying a piece of clothing this Wintermas night?
Oh, I certainly am. I've got plenty of gifts to be buying for people. And are you all right there, dearie? You look a little peely-wally.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's yes, always a good idea to buy a new piece of clothing for Wintermas night. Anything in particular for you and your loved ones?
Oh, I don't know. If you've got anything fancy here, do point it out to me, or anything that's a little bit sparkly and fun. The little ones do like that.
Reaches down and pulls out a selection of winty woolies, you know. These have enchantments. Sort of picks one up, so slightly puts on the glove. Bit difficult because of kobold, but as little like snowflake effects sort of coming.
Oh, that's very delightful. Did you make that yourself?
Yes.
Oh, well done. Oh, very good. Oh, I can see why you do so well in the stall here. Oh, I think, do you know what? I'll tell you, have you got anything to go with it? Does it come with a hat? Does it come with is it an item set?
Yes, would you... You can see the kobolds getting a bit excited. Plus, yeah, I mean, if yes, the entire set. That's is this for gifts? You are going to get something for yourself, right? You know, treat yourself.
I could treat myself. Ooh. I wasn't planning on it, but I suppose I could. Certainly. Do you have multiple sets?
Tiny kobold nod.
Okay.
Doris, are you going to buy yourself some enchanted woolies?
Why not? Yes, please.
You know what? You do. And I don't know we have a hero forge, but change it. She's wearing a lovely woolen hat and scarf effect. Yes, it's lovely. Thank you. Do make sure you keep it on tonight, you know.
Okay. Is there any particular reason I should be wearing it?
Make an insight check.
Okey-dokey.
Or possibly a perception check, depending if you want to look at the kobold or you want to look at things around.
Ooh, choices. Insight, you say? Well, that was a glorious 6.
We love 6s. Great number. Just seems like a little, maybe the kobold's a bit cold, They're not wearing a hat themselves. Maybe that's probably not a smart idea, but no, just sort of, yeah. You have a good night, okay?
I certainly shall. Now, also, tell me, where do you go for your medicinals? And she'll engage in trying to do a little bit more market research off the kobold.
Perfect. For on the stage at the moment, the grand finale is happening. The princess is singing her final big song. Also, you notice, well, Doris would be the only one to notice, is wearing gloves that go... Because she is an ice princess, there is...
You are on thin fucking ice.
Was that from the Ice Princess?
Yes, ice princess. I hope you're going to spend the night at the nice princess. They were literally just painted a letter N. They haven't even changed the... Anyway.
Well, at least it wasn't the Rice Princess.
The Dice Princess is the cafe that's coming next year. Yeah. Spice Princess. Anyway.
Mice Princess? No.
Oh, the Mice Princess.
Oh. Okay, that's my one shot next year. Retelling this story, everyone is mice. Yes, the young halfling girl. It finishes her big song, and everyone's like, "Yay!" You notice again, sort of like if you're paying attention, like the princess hurries over to the cafe and sort of jumps up and says, "Granddad, did you see?" Yes, no, I saw you. Very, very good. The human twins, so Sir E4 and Sir Torvald go over to the bookbinder. The pig vote Sir Griffin goes over to Myrtle and is like, "Oh, it appears that someone has kidnapped my brothers. Don't worry, brothers. I will find you and I will save you." and keeps running and keeps going. And the tiny kobold, still wearing its green mask, goes over to the clothing store and it's like, the other kids pushed me. And he's like, no, I saw. And he's like, I wore my hat. They said it was stupid. They said stupid people wear stupid hats. And no, that's not. Takes off the hat, throws it down. So I don't want to wear it. So,
Is the clothing store near the arrows?
Yep.
I would like to just come over and just... Hello, dear. I thought your performance was exquisite. I'm part of a theatre in Waterdeep, and your performance was just so magical. You really warmed these old hearts.
Are you lying?
Little bit.
Do you want to make a persuasion or a deception?
Sure. Let me see which is better. Oh yeah, persuasion is better. Okay, that is. Hang on. What is 17 plus 13?
30.
I got 30. There you go.
Is that 30 to persuade them that you have more than one heart?
Time Lord!
Is Myrtle the Time Lord? Tune in next time.
Could vary. We've already got a Myrtle as a gatecrasher. If we can... You see... I'm not sure how anime stars appear in this kobold's eyes, but... And it's just like, wow, I didn't think I was that good, but if you... An actual theatre with, like, curtains.
Yes, we have many curtains. If you find yourself in Waterdeep, do drop by the Savoy. We're singing the sausage song again this year. And I know you kids love those sausage songs.
Blinks. Yeah.
Your singing voice would complement the normal rabble beautifully, dear.
Rascal, which is the name of the kobold, is very enthusiastic. That's like if we were doing a drama school note, shows a lot of enthusiasm and improvised a lot of the dances. Zelani unfortunately doesn't have a solo, but because again, as established, no one actually knows who Zelani is. But you've inspired this kobold. Well done.
Good.
I would just like to say, if you don't mind me chiming in, I have to say I agree with her. You did wonderfully. I was chatting to your mother while you were doing that, and you've done a beautiful job. I've got a little something for you. Hold on. And Doris would like to go into a little pouch that she has and pull out a little jam tart that she's made for herself. And this one's for you, dear, because you did such a good job. Just for you. You take it now, on you go.
Like when you see a small child completely overwhelmed by emotion. It's like,
My first gift from a fan.
Exactly, biggest fan. Oh, well, probably after this lovely lady here, because I mean, you warmed her heart. She said. Mm-hmm. Oh my, hungry. Oh, okay.
Very kind. Thank you. Make sure to wear a hat.
Yes.
Looks askance at their own hat and is like. So, is there anything big we want to do before we have lovely bedtimes? As the festival is starting to come, you have all managed to book a room at the Nice Princess because tomorrow is going to be the lighting of the Wintermas tree, where there will be more performances and more chance to buy beautiful things. So yes, as we're coming to the evening, anything anyone wants to do.
To clarify.
Yes.
The tree.
Yes.
It's having glowing lights and not just being lit on fire.
Make a history check.
Okay. That is a 3.
They could very easily set that massive tree on fire.
Oh, excellent. Very exciting.
I think at this point Agnes has fallen asleep, just on the chair, possibly leaning towards Valka with the head on her shoulder. Still holding Valka's arm.
Yeah, okay. How long does she nap for?
I mean, I don't know. She's a dwarf. How long do they go off for? It's years or something, isn't it? Do they hibernate? I don't really know.
Really?
Sometimes I sleep for a long time.
Yeah. So,
when was your last nap, Bernie? I almost called you Berry then.
You can
can't read me on writing.
You can call me Berry.
Who's Berry?
Me. Change the title card.
When was your last nap? How long did it last?
Well, the year was 1800.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna carefully extricate, just like lift the fingers.
I'm not asleep, really. I'm just pretending.
Agnes, you need to be
Does
escorted.
Agnes say that? Or is that...
Oh, I'll roll for it. Let's see.
Yes.
Evens, I'm saying it. Odds, Agnes says it. Liz is saying it. Liz said it.
Okay.
Fair.
I'm gonna. My passive perception is a 17.
Yeah, that's.
Are you being obviously deceptive about it?
13. So I guess you'd know. You'd know.
There's a couple of honk shoes, and you're like, that sounds like a person asleep.
Well, this has been a delightful late afternoon. Oh gosh, you know what the time is? I think it's time. I might be making my way. I'm going to miss a lot of the festivities tomorrow. I think I'm probably going to be grabbing the next cart heading south again. I've got family to go and visit. This was delightful. Lovely to meet you, Sister Belinda.
Oh, absolutely. Lovely to hear the stories of your adventures, Valka. What an exciting life you have.
Oh, well, it's been eventful, certainly. Sister Shoulder Dash, may I just... there's other shoulders available to
Did
you.
someone say adventure? Are we going on an adventure?
An adventure to bed, yes.
Oh, I do like bed. Are we all going? Girls together?
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Where are you staying, Valka?
Just across the way, as it happens.
Small little world.
Oh, really?
I think that's where I'm staying.
Oh, of course. Agnes.
How convenient.
One big bed. One big bed.
It'll just be like at school.
Just the three of us.
We can have a sleep over. I could imagine.
I could make us hot cocoa. Can you imagine?
Yes, we could drink something nice and warm when it's late.
Yes.
Oh,
Bernie, are you coming with us as well? All four of us?
Oh, I never turned down the chance for a sleepover. I'm going to, because a young dwarf has come up and is like, excuse me, Grandma. Oh, Ned, I was just hanging. Now's your opportunity to leave if you want to go. Ned is carrying all the bags. This sort of young dwarven man, just absolutely covered, like even kind of holding it in his mouth, like, there's not somewhere that sells medicine. Oh, no medicine. Oh, that's well, I've got lots of... my knees aren't good. Yes, I know your knees aren't good.
Did I hear medicine from across the stalls? Doris comes jogging over with her cane.
Also,
Yes.
where are the pigs?
That's a very good question. They went to go get more supplies, and then their brother went to go find them. They haven't come back, but
I will after your medicine thing, I will go to the nuns in a moment, in a panic.
Always head to a nun in a panic.
Yep. That's what they say.
I mean, you forgot. I'm going to be letting this all happen in the background quite loudly. Oh, what sort of pills do you have?
Well, George, it depends what you need. I can rustle up pretty much anything for any sort of an ailment.
It's never Doris, is it? Doris, it's Sister Belinda. What are you doing?
My!
You helped me with that potion for my blood pressure.
I did. And did it do you well?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't actually for me, but it really helped the person who did have the very high blood pressure, and it was much lower, which was very convenient for me because I kept on having to repaint.
Oh, well, that's good. Then I'm very pleased to hear that that's gone down so smoothly for you. I was wondering, actually, I am in the business of trying to set up a little stall with my daughters. I wouldn't mind a little bit of if you could write down a little review. It might do well with getting people through the door, so to speak. Stall, no door.
So this is the lovely Valka I've just met, an adventuress, probably needs healing potions and that kind of thing. And I don't know if you've met another sister, not of my convent, but Agnes here. Agnes.
Did someone say Doris?
Yes, hello.
Doris of McCluskey and McCluskey's?
Yes, it's me, yes.
I followed your work, my dear. I think I've got one of your products in my medicine bag.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it. Oh, thank you. Oh, this is so wonderful.
It does wonders in my knees. Sorry,
I'm sorry to interject all this. Go on.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Agnes, dear, you, I know, are capable. The rest of you, I heard adventurers. I may have lost 3 little piggies that went to market.
I'm sure they'll come back.
Oh! Oh no, these little piggies have been stabbing each other, and I said I would wag my finger at them very severely if they got into trouble, and now I'm a little bit worried that they have gotten into trouble with their pointy sticks.
Oh. Do you know which way they might have gone? No?
Do I?
You turn around. There's one single pig, the slightly bigger ones, rushing back, gets to the stall, looks around, sees you. Hello.
Hello, young one. Where are your siblings? Where did you run off to?
I thought that they had been kidnapped. They had not been kidnapped. They had been wrapped up in one big scarf.
Yes, for their safety.
Yes. Our father, who is not our father, says that they were very bad, starting an illegal business by themselves and selling all his lovely arrows. He'd like me to say he's sorry, and if they broke anything, he will pay for it.
Oh, well, yes, they broke a great many things.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, no. Do you have an item, mate?
But you know what? I'm going to be kind. They are young. They will learn.
It's a Wintermas miracle. Thank
Your
you.
Wintermas is saved once again.
Thank you.
You may keep all of the proceeds? Not the one? All of the takings of the day.
Bitcoins, I believe.
The Bitcoin. You may keep them.
We were paid in bitcoins and dragon coins.
Do you mean to say there's not actually any children in peril or anything like that? There's no adventuring needed. We have to just.
As I understand it, the little piggy went to market, and then the other little piggy went home. I don't know if they ate any roast beef, so they probably had none. And then this one, I'm sure, is about to go
As you see,
all the way
all the way home,
or something like that.
How convenient. So we come to the evening. You all settle down. I assume you're not getting one big bed.
Falca is desperately trying to palm Agnes off to Sister Belinda and leave. Go to her own
Would I
room.
have the chance to pop to the clothing store and just get some new nightwear?
Absolutely, yeah.
Suddenly a bit more concerned about that.
You go and you buy yourself a lovely. What sort of thing are you getting?
Oh, just like a nice a day coat, the kind of thing you could wear. It's in a nice red. Has he got a nice red?
The kobold does. Again, sort of. There's a certain amount of. I'm trying to think of what the technical term is. Basically, there's a coat that is blue. The coat disappears. The coat comes back. It is red.
Perfect.
There you go. But please do keep it on.
You have a good night now. There's a smaller kobold, which is just sort of wiggling about, still full of jam. They're so sticky. They're so sticky and full of jam. So marvelous. Okay. Yes.
Would have as well, like as we're sort of parting ways. If we end up parting ways, or as I believe that we are parting ways, would have said, "Oh, Sister Belinda, you said before that you work in a library."
Yes, I do.
Right. Oh, okay. The Eladrin that I was speaking to and getting little trinkets from insisted that I take a copy of this, but we have an oral storytelling tradition in my village. So why don't you take this? I don't know if it's any good for your.
What an interesting pamphlet. Thank you, Falco.
You're
An oral storytelling tradition. That sounds fantastic.
Yes, it's quite lovely. Sitting around the fires, telling stories of the ancestors.
I have many
Deathly
answers.
silence.
You don't feel compelled to write them down at all?
No, we don't need to. We just tell each other, and then the next person tells the next person.
A performance tradition. Oh, how delightful.
Sort of, in a way, yes.
So you're all like your own little walking libraries.
Yes.
Yeah. But a lot less flammable it occurs, which is a boon, in my
That's
opinion.
quite convenient, yes. Yeah. Especially with the company I usually keep.
They sound like my kind of person.
This has the possibility of going deep into the night.
And does.
And
We may
does.
not be clear.
Very leading question here. Does anyone go to bed before the strike of midnight?
Probably.
think
Yes.
Agnes would.
That's
Yeah,
sensible.
imagine
Everyone-
Like 4 p.m. That's
Again, you've had like the early bird dinner. You've had a selection again of like winter stew, and as it starts getting dark here at like 5 p.m., it's time for bed.
I would like to brew everybody a little hot cocoa or something for bed, and give them a little jam tart each as well, or something.
Are you just setting this up in like the tavern's front room? Because they're just like.
Yeah. Well, I'll have gone to my room where I'll set up some of my own kit, and then I will come out with a little tray of, here you go. These are the ones that I think you would quite like. Just from a quick scanning of your general demeanour, because obviously I don't know. I know the sisters, and it's so nice to see you both again. But for the other two as well, I hope you like them. I've given Myrtle, this is a sort of dark cherry chocolate one for yourself, and Velka, a very hearty blueberry one here for you. I think you'll quite like it. Just, I've got a little twinkling for it, you see, my dear.
This is amazing. Did you want any? I mean, they're pale in comparison. I'll be honest, but I did buy too many sweets at the stall. I don't know if anyone wants one as a nightcap.
I'll take one, dear.
Oh, I could be persuaded.
We'll
Go
dole
on.
out boiled sweets to everyone.
Do they have hay flavoured, Valka, dear?
Oh, you know what? I think the seller did include some of those in, and I was a bit confused. But if you're into them, then
I'm quite partial to a hay boiled sweet.
You go wild, my dear.
I will.
I have a grandchild that's into those as well. He's a bit of a weird one.
Oh, I've got a granddaughter.
Oh, really? How many have you got?
Yes. Oh, just the one. Yes, Ilvia. She's about 5.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know what I
that's
said
cute.
about.
Oh.
She's 5.
Well done, you. Well done.
How about you?
Oh, well, I have 29 children, 86 grandchildren, 22 great-grandchildren, and now the triplets have just been born, so 3 great-great-grandchildren.
That must get so expensive.
Sounds very busy.
Oh, it is, but I spend most of my time just adventuring these days, though the little ones have gotten ideas about adventures of their own, so I'm trying to wrangle them all back so that we can have our family tradition and get them sorted out so they don't get in too much trouble.
Oh, I don't know. Let them have their adventures.
Yes,
they
but
can.
within reason. I found one of them going up against a dragon. A dragon, can you believe it?
Now, was this one of your children or grandchildren or
This was
great-grandchildren?
one of the grandchildren. It's the young ones you've got to watch out for.
How
If they don't
old,
have
though?
a finger wagging at them, they don't know right from wrong.
This is true. Or a good ear pinching, I find sometimes.
Oh, yes, that's a good trick. Why am I mimicking your accent?
It's very addictive.
It's very contagious. After various stories are told about great-great-grandchildren and the dangers of dragons, you do all head to bed. A lovely, snug, happy night. That's right. Very comfortable. Until the stroke of midnight, when you hear the smashing of windows and the crying of children and one big "Meow!" And with that, we're going to go to interval. So, if you too would like to go get a hot chocolat and a jam tart, come back in about 10 minutes and we'll see you then. Take care, y'all.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Hello and welcome back. Hope you had an enjoyable little break. So, here we are in Silverhold. It's Wintermas. Officially, today. We've gone over the time limit. It's midnight Wintermas. So, what happened? A group of lovely grandmamas came to town. They wanted to buy various gifts for the little ones, and they have. In the background, some nonsense seems to be happening involving ice princes, clothing, a bunch of small pigs, but that's not. Also, Bernadette, Bernie, the dwarven adventurer, is here and regaling us with all our tales. Anyway, the party finally did decide to go get their 40 winks, and unfortunately, on the strike of midnight, there was a crishing and a crashing. and a yowling. I think this might be the chance for, while we're not going to quite start it in the rooms, let's roll initiative.
What?
I know.
Remember, I roll with advantage. Not bad. A 19.
19 for Valka. We have a 17 for Sister B. We have a 14 for Sister A. Myrtle, what did you get?
Got a very naughty 16.
Oh, very, very naughty.
What made it naughty?
You made it naughty. You've made
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would actually, yes.
Actually, Doris, what did you get, my dear?
Unlucky for some, 13.
Ooh.
It's speedy nice.
And various entities got various other things. Valka, how deeply do you sleep?
I mean, she's a snorer, for sure.
Do you think you got off at a goodly time?
Yes, I think as soon as she could have parted from the rest of the group, although we did have that, like, right, I'm going to now you must yes, okay, right, now I'm actually going to bed. Oh, just one more thing. Yes, and right, yes. So it's probably, even with all that, it's probably still been like the equivalent of what, like 10 and 30.
Yes. So you've had a couple of hour and a half of snoozing. Roll me a d12.
Ooh. D12, you say. 8.
Can you make me a perception check, please?
Okay. I don't like your tone, Thomas.
Well, how?
Put it away, Tom. Your tone.
Would I?
We don't want to hear it anymore.
Which is a 24.
Interesting. Tell me, Valka, are you the sort who would dine in her room? Or do you take things up into the bedroom to eat in bed?
I mean, she's not posh about it. She'll eat it where she's given it.
Do you like yogurt?
I mean, that feels like a very leading question.
I couldn't possibly comment, Minister. Answer the question, Minister. Do you enjoy bedtime yogurt?
I imagine that there'd be a tradition of like yak's milk yogurts going on in the El Revola clan, I'm sure.
The technical term for that is called skyr, which is S-K-Y-R.
Skyr.
There's a man at the window. He's staring in at you. He has a beard of yogurt, and he's staring.
I'm on the second floor.
Yes, it's very strange. A tiny, about the size of a gnome, dressed in red, long hat, and just pressed up against it.
Can I help you?
I want your skyr.
What?
I want
Speak
your
up, love.
Let me in.
No.
Let me in.
No.
Let me in.
What? Why?
I want your skyr.
No.
The strange goblin child.
Right, look, come here. We'll storm over to the window, open it, and grab hold of this man. Now, my mother always told me never open your window to strange people asking, watching you while you sleep. So please bugger off.
Okay. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
I'm going to let you go and close this window now. All right?
Smart. Okay.
All right.
You close the window. Do you look out of the window? You've dropped him. He's this small some gnome man's just fallen down.
Oh. How did he get up there?
What an excellent question. Are you going to look out the window now you've dropped the gnome?
Wait, maybe I don't. Right.
This is such a fever dream. This is like, just turn over now, go back to bed.
Alka, it's an option.
What's happening?
I want your skyr. Why is that so hard to understand?
Why are you here?
Oh. Oh.
What?
Weird.
You can't. I've eaten it. You can't have it.
Oh no! And he just starts kicking his legs. He's so upset.
Can I lick the bowl at least?
Why?
I want skier.
But why?
It's my name. It's me, Skier Gobbler.
Have what?
Do you want to make a history check?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I, for one, am incredibly relieved. I heard, I want your skin.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
Yes, so did I.
All I'm going to say is don't roll a 12.
God.
I rolled a 5.
There is a strange little gnome, and he's being very rude.
How did you climb up here? Did you just climb the wall?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you outside against the wall and you to grip onto it and climb away. You hear me?
Yes.
All right, no more skier for you.
No, my one reason for being.
And I'm going to warn you now, not to be bothering ladies while they're sleeping. You hear?
Sorry.
Right. I'm going to put you back against, I'm going to sort of like swing him a bit, see if he velcros against the wall.
Skier Gobbler just plummets down into... It's quite deep snow. Snow has fallen, snow on snow, in the deep wintermas night. A heavy snowstorm has come. And Valka, as you look, you see other weird little gnome men running towards the Christmas tree, hands above their heads, and in their hands, children.
Oh.
Let's move on. Sister Belinda. Yeah. Sister
Good
Belinda.
luck, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, it's me, John. I've taken off my wimple. You may not recognize me without my red face.
I don't know if it's going to help you, I'll be honest.
I know. Can I just say I have such respect for Nanders? Wearing that wimple made out of a t-shirt and a jumper was doing my head in. How they do it all the time. God bless your sisters. I also realised I looked a bit like Q from early Star Wars, The Next Generation.
That's what it was. Oh my god.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
It's so confusing for a geek-related show. D12, is it, Tom?
Yes. Also, just generally, how do you sleep?
Oh, it's a 12. Upside down, like a bat.
Sister B is just hanging bat-like. You open your eyes. There is a tiny little gnome man standing against the window. He's dressed in red. He slowly lifts up his hand. He has a meat hook.
Oh, hello, dear. What are you doing with that?
Looks at you. Looks at the nightdress you're wearing. Shakes his head and keeps walking along.
Subtle spell charm person.
Please do.
Wisdom saving throw, please. If it's indeed a humanoid, it might not be.
It's a humanoid. Okay, wisdom. Rolling a dice. That's +1. What you gonna give me? If that's an... It was on a nat 20. It's now a 3.
Super. You're charmed by me.
I sure am.
So what's that? Just tell me, little gnome, what are you doing hanging around a nun's window late at... Sounds like a joke, doesn't it? What are you doing hanging around a nun's window this time of night on Wintermas?
We're looking for people to take. People who don't wear new clothes.
Oh, yeah. Well, the little lizard chap was very insistent that we wear new clothes. And where have you come from? Do you live in town? Are you in this neighborhood?
No, I'm from the Winter Woods.
Is that far? I don't get out of that.
Very far. It's like on a different...
Sort of like if his other hand like lays it flat thing.
a different layer.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. Well, it's important to have an occupation. So off you go.
Waves at you with the meat hook.
Goodbye, new friend.
Bye, cheerio.
Walks off along the windowsill.
I'll just point where I know Agnes's room to be and send a message. You're like, Agnes, did you buy some new clothing, dear? There's a strange little man with a meat hook, I think, headed over towards your room. And if you're not wearing new clothes, he might try and do something weird to you. Comes from, I know you go on the planes and things. I'm probably casting about 7 message cantrips. It's like when your nan or your mum leaves you an unsent message and it runs out. And there's another
I
one.
wake up halfway through.
So yeah, if there is a little fellow in red clothing, meat hook, just watch out. And I'll just alert the other guys as well.
Are you
odd chap, meat hook, watch out. Do you know what it's like in the city, girls?
Are you messaging everyone?
Yeah, I'll just pop a little ping.
Can we reply to message? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
can
can
we?
reply to that message. Yeah.
Oh, I had one too. No meat hook. Wanted Miss Gear.
Oh.
Does he want new clothes, Sister Belinda?
No, got to have new. You got to wear new clothes because I got my new nightie, and he didn't like that.
Well,
It's very specific.
Make him some new clothes if he should need you. I feel like we've got a group chat going.
Yes.
What's up? Yeah.
It's just like pinging.
All up from the camera. Like, is it working?
I can't hear.
Hello?
I've got the gloves, dear.
Yeah, just how you can pay.
New gloves.
Did someone say yogurt? Hello?
Yes, he wanted me yogurt.
Myrtle, you have awoken to this in your own room. This is what's going on. You two now look up at the window. Roll a d12.
Sure. Also, up at the window, is it on the ceiling?
It's sort of like your bed's against one wall, and then like if you look up across the room to a little window. Yeah.
I was imagining a skylight, and I was just imagining a little light.
Evie, you have a skylight.
Oh no.
You look up, right up.
I
Have you rolled
cursed myself.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
There's a little guy up there. He's got a little thing of milk. He's just drinking. Waves at you.
Can I come in?
How can I hear you through the glass? Are you speaking very loudly? Can you hear me, dear?
Can I come in?
Blink.
Can I... Sorry?
He just he can't hear you, but he's got his lips up against the window. Like,
Come in.
Is there a blind or some curtains or anything?
there's a pull string that you could put the blinds down.
I just go, one moment, and then just kind of pull it and go back to sleep.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I'll tell Mum that you're asleep.
Clunk, 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 clunk. And he just walks off.
This is a very strange town.
It is.
Very beardy children?
Very strange.
No?
Yeah, well, small little, look like boys. Some of them have beards, some of them have meat hooks. Agnes.
Would you like me to roll a d12?
If you want to find out which of these lovely lads is
Sure,
coming to see you.
let's. Tom, that was a 5.
Does Agnes bring food into the bedroom? Don't clip that.
Not intentionally.
I know I run the TikTok, but no. Not intentionally.
So just to clarify, I think she's possibly got things trapped within her robes that may have been there a while, that she's dropped down herself. Crumbs, bits of cheese, just in the old bra. I mean, that
Oh my.
potentially, Tom, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's not his MO, but... Tap, tap, tap.
terribly sorry. Can you open the window?
You'll have to speak up. I'm sorry. I'm very deaf.
Can you open the window and bring me a pot?
Normally people say please after a request, dear.
Please, may I have a pot, please?
Why a pot?
It's my MO. It's my reason for being.
But what is our reason for being, dear? I mean, there's many reasons why we're being. You know, some of us exist to just exist. Others of us, well, we don't know why we exist.
I do. I eat things from pots.
Right, so who sent you?
Mum.
Who's mum? Tell me who your mum is. Then I'll find you a pot.
No!
Okay, well, this is very one-sided, this question, isn't it? Can I have a pot? But I'm not going to tell you why. You're not very convincing, are you? Or polite. I mean, you can't just wake up old ladies when they're sleeping.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
No.
There we are. So why don't you go away?
Pot scraper takes a step back and just plummets.
Well, that was that. I can't message anybody. I don't have it down. I'm going to go up my room, actually, and knock on Sister Belinda's door. I've just been graced with the presence of a pot scraper. I don't really know why he wanted to come in. I refused, naturally.
Sister Belinda, roll a history. Would you say you know much about folklore, or
Sister Belinda doesn't know much about anything other than like bodice ripping novels of 400 years ago that are her favourite. 14? Maybe she read something in the library. That's quite good for me.
Yeah. There is one of your bodice novels, which is all about a very handsome hunter who finds a young woman who's lost in the woods, and what's she gonna do? Is this a kissing book? This is a kissing book. As part of the
on
background,
the top shelf.
Yeah. As part of the background, the young woman who turns out to be a princess, so can bring the hunt, is being pursued by a terrible ice hag and her ugly sons. And Pot Scraper sounds vaguely like a character who was in, one of the ugly sons, but...
And Hooky.
And Meat Hook was in that as well.
Youngest.
And Scarebeard, yeah.
Yeah, the freakiest out of all of them. I'm sorry. Yogo got me.
The level.
There's
This is ringing a bell, and Agnes might have a hag on our hands.
Oh, not again.
I know.
They just keep coming after us. I mean, we keep saying please leave, and then they never do.
Hey, I just keep saying I'm not going to join your cabin. Thank you for asking.
No, right? They just keep asking, send letters, they send messages, they send ravens sometimes.
Exactly. It's all
There's so many
maidens and
times you can
mothers
say
and no
no.
crones.
Right.
Crones down on the ground these days. People don't have the staying power. Sorry, I'm a nun. Can't do it. No.
Sorry, I'm a nun.
This time.
Sorry, I'm a nun is one of your body strippers. It's very scandalous.
A wimple ripper, surely.
Absolutely. There's like a whole genre of like nuns on the run. It's very exciting.
A sister will act. I will ping that little bit of information round. I know we're kind of in initiative, and that would be action. So as much as my action economy can allow.
I'm happy. This is because you're not in combat yet.
Cool.
Doris.
Yes, yeah.
You've been getting a variety. Like when your phone is on late at night and it's just pinging away. Everyone wants to talk to Doris.
Orders are coming in thick and fast. A bit of good working. Right, yes, dear.
You do wake up, and you look out at the window. Could you please roll me a d12?
Since you asked so nicely.
And thank you.
That's a 1.
I like how Tom has a whole essay full of these creatures.
I'm a bit worried.
Well, they each have their backstories that are like 3,000 words long.
So, was mine called Milk Drinker?
yours was called. Where's he? Milk. Sky Gobbler, Meat Hook. Hold on. There's one called Stubby, which is very rude.
Not his favourite.
His name is Gullygawk.
That's better than Milk Drinker.
Could you see why it took me a while to find? Because Gullygawk likes to hide in gullies, waiting for an opportunity to sneak into the cow shed and steal milk. Okay. You rolled a 1.
Yes.
I have some favourites of these lads. He's in my top 3. As you look up, you see... Again, it's a gnome. He's dressed in red. He's got a lamb under one arm. And if you look down, he's just got peg legs. And then... Are you wearing your new clothes?
Yes, I wore the hat to bed, definitely.
Looks at you, looks at the hat, goes, terribly sorry. Meh. Clunk, 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 and walks
It's
past.
all right. Don't worry about it. Oh dear. How did you get the lamb up as well? And I don't understand. It's very impressive. Oh well. Did you need anything? Oh well, he's gone now. Okay.
Do you have any naughty children who need to be punished?
Naughty children? Absolutely not. My children would never be naughty. They are wonderful. They are absolute darlings. The grandkids as well. Absolute gems. Not a single bad one amongst them. They're very, very, very nice. I could tell you a whole story about them if you like.
Oh. We don't care about good children. We just care about naughty children.
Oh, I see. And what do you do with the naughty children, Mr. Man there?
Oh, sheep cot clod. We eat them.
Sheep cot clod?
Yes.
Right. And you eat them?
Yes.
Have you got any currently?
Points down. Down into the town square. Where Valka saw that some children were being stolen, and I don't think has mentioned it.
I did forget. By the time we got to our little group chat, I'd forgotten that detail.
It just got lost in all the messages.
Don't worry, Valka, it happens when you start reaching a certain age, dear. It just sometimes it'll be on the tip of your lips and it just drops out your head.
What did I come into this room for? The kidnapped children.
Yes. No, I think she's been trying to say, but she's used too many words before getting to that bit, so it's always been cut off.
Cool. I see. That's very good. Well, tell you what, I have got something you can use then. If you do like to be having children, hold on. Let me just get the window and hold this, and I'll chuck a little potion bottle at her, at him.
Yeah.
And I'd like to cast grease on the entire window frame so he falls off.
I don't think you have to roll anything for that. You just... And because... I don't want him to roll. I just think that's too... He's like... And he's also... Because he's got his two little peg legs, he just goes... and just plummets backwards. And poor sheep cock clod just disappears.
You chose poorly, sheep. Dear. Hold on. Ladies, I have information. I'm coming. Yelling from my room.
Into the corridor by now.
Yep. Yeah. I'd also like to grab on the way out before I went to bed. I was preparing a little morning snack, which I'm now going to bring out at this point immediately. You're all here. Very good. I just had one of those terribly not how gnomes should be acting at all. I'm very offended. I'm sorry on behalf of them for being such shits. Anyway, look, they're stealing children.
Yes, did none of you hear that bit? I kept telling you and no one was responding.
Oh. No, we didn't get that at all.
Sorry, it's just a short message you can reply, so you've got to be quick.
Oh, yes, the rest of it. I never quite got the hang of this magical message. Right, should we go?
Oh, yes. Before you do, a little morning snack. I know it's sort of a little midnight snack for you all. Here, there's like a tiny pastry. Got to keep your strength up.
Well, I'm not sure now is the time, Doris, but okay.
You all have 4 temporary hit points. It's chef feat, so...
And where is it we're going, Valkyrie? What did you spy?
Downstairs, outside, by the town centre, right? That circly bit.
And how far away is that?
That is very close. It's about from like the area where they all seem to be running is where the the Wintermas tree. Sorry, something caught my throat there. Wintermas tree happens to be, and that's about 120 feet away from the door of the nice princess to the tree. Valka and Doris, you looked out. I'm going to use their names. They are Yule Lads carrying children. They have a kobold. They have twin children. They've got, rather interestingly, coming from the south where the farm is, one of them is carrying a pig folk, but is being pursued by 5 pigs in one large scarf, which are power running and are just squealing as they try and run. One of them is holding an arrow and stuff. Yeah, they're so sweet. And well, that's the thing, Evie. You have actually saved these 5 pigs by giving them a gift. Their names were Biffa, Boffa, Baffa, Buffer, and Beffa.
I never asked their names.
Is Hooky still around?
Meat Hook, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Hooky, dear. Where do you? So you're taking the children into town, and then what do you do with them there?
Oh, we put them in a big pot, and we then Mummy eats them.
And is Mummy's over there?
Points. And this is quite good, because it's these people's turns. You look, there is a nice hag standing, yes, come, looks up, sees a few of you are looking, and just like, hello, dearies. Those who do what they should not end up cooked in Gruler's pot.
Sorry, in whose pot? You're quite far away and it garbled a little bit.
Oh, she's a rhyming one, apparently. They like to do this. They rhyme things.
Use your stage voice, dear.
You've all opened your windows. And I shan't! You can't make me.
No, if there was a voice in the sky called Tom, the internet signal genuinely garbled at the point where you said this key character's name, so please say it again.
Meat Hook.
So, it was those who do what they should not end up cooked in Gruler's pot.
Gruler, right, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll come back for those of you who aren't wearing nice clothes later.
What has the clothing got any relevancy to it?
I think some kind of folk tradition or something. It feels quite. It's important to keep these rituals going in a community, I always think. Do we want to get there quite quickly?
Yes,
Probably.
I think so.
It will take me a very long time.
Maybe a little surprise on Gruler. I want to cast Arcane Gate, going from where we are right now to within a few feet of Gruler.
Is that a reaction?
Oh no! Sorry, I didn't realise we were in full initiative.
Oh, we're just. We're not. I just think this is fun to just work out what you're in order. I will let you do that, so we get into combat proper.
Cool.
Yeah. Would you like to?
Yeah, I want to get us a way that ranged folk can take their time, but if someone wants to just run and be right next to her, there's a big fiery portal appears right next to us, and a smaller fiery portal appears just next to Gruler, and you can walk through one and go into the other.
Well, that's much quicker than jumping out the window and running, which is what I was going to do. Thank you very much.
I think that ladies of a certain age should arrive into courtroom, shouldn't we?
What's that?
It's a place down south, Palky. You probably wouldn't have heard of it.
Oh, right. I'm from the south. How far away? Is it far from
For some reason, I just presumed you're from the north.
No, I know. It's funny, isn't it? Yes. But I'm actually near Elturel.
Oh, we'd like to apologise for our adventures in the north. It must be dreadful for you.
But you lads are running. God, just imagine and the children were consumed, but
Well, John did recycle Victoria Wood jokes. Crack on with it.
DM, might I just give Valka's shoulder just a pat and cast Death Ward on her?
Steady on now, Agnes.
May the blessing of Glenmore be upon you. No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, right,
just,
okay.
if you're feeling rather dead, you might not be. It's very charming.
Thank you very much.
It's all right. You should be up and at them as much as you like.
Excellent.
Within reason, obviously.
I do have a habit of falling over during these things, so that's nice. Thank you.
A habit. Nuns. Anyway, does anyone else like? I'm going to give you not a surprise round, but like a preparation round. Death Ward, Arcane Gate. Any of you three would like to prepare anything?
Oh, well, if we get a preparatory round, then absolutely I will take advantage of that. I would like to... now, is this prep round before, or can it be after we step through the gate?
What do you want to do?
I would like to curse the hag. And also blow my horn.
I'll let you do one of those, and I know which one you would like to do.
Fair enough. Yes, we'll see the chaos of the creatures, the lads everywhere, and be like, right, I think what we need in this case is strength in numbers. Here we go. We'll blow my horn of Valhalla, and I need to remember how many barbarians show up.
Valhalla.
3d4 plus 3. So that's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 barbarians turn up.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Through the gate, friends! We've got children to save.
Oh, yes, children. 10 delightful barbarians come charging in. They all have names, but you don't want to.
They do. Yeah. I've got 8 of them written down. They're all ABBA themed. There's Agnetha, Annifrid, Bjorn, Benny, Stig, Elaine, Bobby, and Fernando.
Fernando's my favourite, just in case we wondered.
Oh, we've also got Chiquitita and...
Waterloo.
No, I'm trying to read. It looks like Meg.
And
I'm pretty sure it's not Meg. I can't read my own handwriting.
And
Wait,
egg.
Nutmeg? At this time of year?
We'll go with Meg.
Meg.
There you go.
It's a solid name. Name like Meg can't steer you wrong. Myrtle, anything you'd like to do before we get all stabbity?
2 things potentially.
Talk to me.
Well, the first thing, I would like to cast Hunter's Mark on Big Hag Lady.
The portal's sort of, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Is that bonus action, right? Or
It is a bonus action.
okay, anything big actiony?
If you'd allow it, I'd like to take a bean from my pocket and bury it just to see what happens.
What are you burying it in?
The earth.
Okay, there's a winter mystery. As you come through the portal and you kind of plunge it in, we'll come back to that when it's your turn. As I said, yes.
I would like to say, and it's fair enough if Evie's planting a bean is just a bean. That's fine. Hexing is a bonus action.
As you step through the portal?
As a step through the portal, if it was possible. But I will, if you don't want me to, then that's fine.
Again, this is the spirit of winterness. Old Father Winter, the king of the winter forest would want it. Yes, hex away.
Right, good. I'll just point my axe. You! Put them children down!
No! Make me!
All right.
What does hexing involve?
You don't need to roll anything. It's just that I get added bonuses to attacking and stuff.
If you keep that in your noodle.
Yep.
Doris. Sweet Doris.
Doris will probably go, give me just a second, run back to her room and grab her alchemist supplies to be at the preparation for going into the fight. And if also possible, one of the invocations I took was to, not invocations, that's a warlock. The infusions is creating a duplicate of a magical item, in this case, the alchemy jug. And I'd just like to have an alchemy jug, which as I'm going through the portal, I'll just go, poison, dear, lots of poison, and walk on through.
Can't argue with that. I mean, it's not as good as mayonnaise. But
well, no.
But
mayonnaise ain't going to damage her. As far as I know. I don't know that.
She might have an egg intolerance, you know. So our brave octogenarian and older heroes have stepped out on this small stage. There is a woman. Old, curved up, massive, huge eyes the size of dinner plates. Just, hello, dears.
Hello.
My boys will be along shortly, so, just...
Yes, we met them. Charming.
If you look over to the side, a couple of them are just stuck with their heads in the snow, just wiggling their little legs. That's where they fell.
Why do they want yogurt? Are you not feeding them?
Oh, scared, yes. They've all got their own obsessions, you know. Some of them want to eat bits out of pots. Others have a meat hook.
Okay.
Yes, we knew that, but why? You've just told us what we know.
Oh.
Well, I think it's important to have a hobby, Agnes, don't you think? Something to pass the time.
I mean, correct, Sister Blinda, but one mustn't be rude. And I found them very forceful, really. I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it.
That's fair. When we get back home, I will put them in the fire.
Also, why did you call one of them Stumpy? That just seems mean.
It is.
Do you not like Stumpy?
No.
Oh.
But they seem to like you a lot. That's not right, is it?
I swear to God, if you convince Grula to change her way, it's not going to happen, but it's a good... Anyway, now let's
group intervention.
Would you like to come and join our book club? I'd love to.
Maybe all she just needs is a friend.
Hey, I love combat that can be resolved in just talking your way out of it.
Do you have a sore back, dear? I have got medicine for that. I find it's very relaxing.
Doris is very good, Grula. You could use it.
And honestly, children aren't that good to eat. They're very small.
That's true.
I only eat adults, I have to say. And there's also a maturation of flavour. Children, it's like veal. There's just nothing going on.
I feel like we need to circle back to that.
Oh, sorry. Every time, sorry.
No,
you go ahead.
You do look a bit chilly, dear. Would you like a scarf? It's a bit nippy out.
She reacts furious. No!
Scarves made with love and affection.
And now we're at the top of combat again. Valka. So, there is a Grula right next to you. There are about 60 feet, sort of various directions. Yule Lads running, carrying small, tiny tots. As I said, so like we are in the center facing, if you turned around and faced that way, you'd be facing the south, where there is one Yule Lad with a pig and 5 small piglets running after one with an arrow. What would you like to do?
How many Yule Lads are there here total? Like, or around the area?
So, in general, there are 13.
Uh-huh.
5 of them are not carrying children because they have had to try and deal with you. So, yes.
Okay, so there's 8 of them kicking about.
There's 8 of them kicking about, which is quite convenient because there were 5 little pigs. And so these guys just were like, well, those pigs are wearing scarves. Don't have to worry about them.
Right. I think we've had enough of that. You lot, sort them out. And we'll point the barbarians to go and deal with the Yule Lads. And I'm gonna rage. I think we need to have stronger words than this, you.
No!
And I'm gonna hit her.
Oh no! Who would have thought me, Grula, the Yule monster, would be hit?
Who could have foreseen this? Right.
Oh no! Repercussions of my actions!
I am going to attack recklessly. Reckless. That is 24
Hits.
to hit, and then I get 2 attacks per action. And the second one is 17 on the dice, that's higher than that. So they both hit, and she is hexed as well. So I get to use my that one. So that's 2d8 plus 22 damage.
22 damage.
Plus 2d8.
Roll that. So 22. Take that away. Plus
11.
Amazing.
Ouches!
Straight into her.
You're rude! You're rude, grandmother!
Yes, you're the one stealing children.
I want them for my pot!
Yes.
You can't argue with that logic. You very much can. Sister Belinda.
Sister Belinda is going to look around the space and just, is there somewhere she can move away from the rest of the party, possibly walk directly up a building? As she has spider climbed, can just walk up shit.
Yeah.
Or are we in a flat square? There's nowhere.
So you're slightly on a stage, sort of like from the inn, it was like 60 feet, which is probably a bit.
Okay, I don't feel like there's anything I can run up. I'll just move 35 foot away from the group. And as I walk away, I'm going to say to Valka and to Myrtle, pick up the paces, dear. And I'm going to cast haste, a twin spell, so you're both hasted.
Ooh, yeah.
So come on, let's end this quickly. Can't stand hex, and then I'm also going to drop another 2 sorcery points. That was 3 sorcery points on that one. 4 sorcery points on that, sorry, because that's 1 for a cantrip. I'll drop 2 on a quicken spell and shoot a firebolt at the hag.
Interesting.
If that's all right, can that all happen, or is there anything you're doing as I do all that?
So that was that a bonus action for?
So I use a quicken spell to turn the firebolt into a bonus action.
Then that seems very doable.
Cool. And the arcade gate is gone because I'm now concentrating on the haste. 20 to hit.
That does hit.
Right, and that's 3d10 plus 5 because it's fire, and I am a dragon lady.
I'm a dragon lady.
That's 19 points of fire damage.
19 points of fire damage. Grula screeches. It's very uncomfortable even to your old ears. She very much did not enjoy being set on fire. She stamps away at her patchwork. It's a lesson when I kick my boys into the fire, but you don't set me on fire. Anything else?
No, that's my left.
Myrtle.
Sorry, Tom, before we
Yes.
carry on, we didn't get a chance to do my barbarians.
Yes, on your
Not to
turn.
interrupt. That would be the end of my turn. They were just going to run over to the Yule Lads and try and take the children off them.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, the barbarians, I'm assuming for combat purposes, they're not going to be able to just go, no. Take them away.
If you're happy to not to sort of like discount them from the fight, but to sort of say they do that, and then the Yule Lads will jump. So like the Yule Lads are now dealing with this.
I mean, they if they meet resistance, they can fight as well. So
I mean, do you want to beat up the Yule Lads?
Well, they're stealing children. So they're stopping them.
I'll let you make one sort of flat roll for.
Oh, I'm not rolling for all 10 individually.
No, like I said, just to see if.
To see what?
Basically, are you? Do you want to do like a strength contested roll, or do you want to do damage?
They'll go for a strength contested, like a de-grapple first,
Sure.
I think. Just try to take the kids off. I can't minimize this while recording. Where's my thing? Right. They didn't do too badly. That's a 17.
Amazing. Just rolling. Come on. I hate narrative dice. So that was a natural 1 for 6. The useless Yule Lads have their children ripped out. No! Oh, Mother will kick us in the fire! Eight Viking berserkers are now holding small children above their heads, who are all wiggling and
They're all like, because canonically, thanks to Liz, they all speak with like bro dude accents. They're all like, no, you can't have these kids. You gotta put the kids down.
Just gotta like chill, you know?
Yeah.
I like stay like mellow.
Eat something else.
Chill.
Interesting. Is he going to come out for that? I'm going to have to roll something.
Is who? Sorry, Tom. Who?
Oh, just don't you worry. 16. Okay. Anyway, Myrtle, what do you want to do?
First, we have a bean
We do.
to roll.
Roll for bean.
Oh, yeah.
You've planted it in the soil underneath the tree.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at that. It was 41, which means 1d6 plus 6 shriekers sprout.
Would you like to roll the d6?
Yes, I would. Yes,
Yes.
I would. It's a 6.
So, was it 6? 1d6 plus 6, right?
Yep.
12. 12 shriekers.
12
Anyone know what a
shriekers.
shrieker is?
10 barbarians. 2 nuns.
And 1 horrible ice hag. Okay, shriekers.
Find the new Roll Together calendar coming to your stores soon.
Your beans sprout. 12 mushrooms just appear. And there's just a moment of silence. You know, that beautiful silence one has on a cold winter's night. And then... the mushroom begins screaming. Not for any damage to anyone, or just this is just very, very annoying. There are just some screaming mushrooms. Thanks, Myrtle.
You're welcome.
Make a perception check.
Sure. I do have a passive perception of 21.
Cool. Something just moved on that sort of on the across from where the inn is. So other side of that, something's just moved, something big.
Okay, can I see what it was or where it went?
You can certainly. Is that you're just gonna have a look?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Now I know that was your passive perception to see it. Now,
Yeah.
make another perception check to see, because this thing is pretty well camouflaged.
One sec.
No problem.
Sorry, I was just looking through one of my traits, and it just says you can do a perception check as a bonus action to uncover items or decipher clues. Is that applicable here?
There's certainly a mystery going on here. A mystery worthy of the weird books from earlier. Just those excitable kids solving ghost mysteries. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I've gotten all out of sync, sorry.
That's right. So, like a perception check for wherever this thing is.
Okay. That is 27.
There's a mushroom screaming. That's a fact, we know that. You see something move, and you actually sort of squint. And just as it passes the moon and looks at you, there's like the shadow of an enormous cat. And then it is gone.
Did it seem hostile?
It wasn't purring in a friendly manner, and it was looking straight at you.
An unfriendly purr.
Almost like a growl.
There was also, this didn't wake you up, but there was a screech.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to disregard it and say, by the way, there's a giant cat, as I throw a knitting needle at the hag, which is the pressing issue.
At the moment it is, yeah. Okay, roll for knitting needle.
Knitting needle. Okay. Oh, okay, that's 18. 18 plus 9 is...
What?
26.
26.
Okay, no, that very much hits.
Cool. Is anyone within 5 feet for the sneaky sneaks?
Valka.
Cool. Okay, so that is a D4 for the knitting needle dagger, because it was throwy. And then that is 3d6 plus another d6 for Hunter's Mark, plus... Hang on. There was plus one more thing for rangery bullshit. I think it's a D4.
Favored foe.
Plus another D4 psychic damage. Now that.
Interesting.
Many things.
All the things?
All the things.
Cool.
Rogue/ranger maths.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 31 points of damage in total, please.
Ouch! Grula does not look very happy. You're all being very mean.
And just like, do not eat the babies. And I get to attack twice more, I think.
Hey, if you can, looking at the clock, if you can end this is great.
Because we hasted as well, remember? So
Yeah.
Did that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally I have 2 attacks, but with haste, that means I get 3.
Yes, but you don't get your sneak attack.
I don't get sneaky sneak.
No.
But because of Hunter's Mark, each
And-
hit gets an extra d6.
Do it.
And I'm going to take out a bigger knitting needle.
No!
For these.
Oh, it escalates!
Okay, so that is a nat 20 for a 29.
Yeah. Evie, it hits.
And a 22 as well.
Evie, it hits.
Yay! Okay, so those are the John sword. So there's 2 of those. So this twice. So that is, that'd be 4d6 in total plus 10. So let me just do that. That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. To another 28 damage, please.
Grula's not looking very healthy. In fact, blood just trickles down. She reaches into her pocket, pulls out a very dirty handkerchief.
I don't like hitting you. Have you learned your lesson?
Yes!
Has she?
Do you want to make an insight roll?
Yeah. Why not? Have all the rolls. Okay, I rolled a 2, but my insight rolls, they do not count as the low numbers. No. Because of roguey bullshit. So that is actually 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15.
I learnt my lesson.
She's learned her lesson, it seems.
See, but I don't believe that performance.
I learnt my lesson. I promise I won't put anybody in a pot.
She got 21.
Oh, well, in that case, I mean, we just go home.
Let's be given then, yes.
Yeah.
Grula looks surprised and is like, oh, okay. Really? Okay. Just looks very confused. And then it's like, finally turns around and is like, why haven't you picked them up? Sorry, Mummy, the big ones are holding them too high.
Aha! You're still eating children. You lied.
Oh! No, I didn't.
Massive eyes are just batting at you now. Just.
Oh, for goodness sake, enough of this.
Do.
Agnes.
Based on this, now Agnes has become very wise in her dotage, and as a result has become telepathic. In addition, she can cast without using a spell slot detect thoughts. So what she's going to do is look dearest Grula in the eyes, those big dinner plates batting away, I don't see them. And in her mind, I would like her to hear, now you will tell us, won't you, if you're lying? I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Cool.
So I initially learned the surface thoughts of this creature and what is on their mind at the most.
I fucking hate my children. They're so goddamn useless. I'm gonna put them in a big fire and they're gonna learn their lesson like their father did. Oh, and why is that mushroom making so much noise? Hateful thing.
I think she needs killing. There's no goodness left in this one. We must kill her immediately.
No, there's goodness in everyone.
Don't believe the eyes. Don't believe this. It's not the case.
Some ghost told me the meaning of Wintermas, and I've changed my ways.
Well, have less of that from you.
If a nun tells you to kill something, then you know.
You know it's serious, right?
Never say no to a nun, dear. That's always my way.
And I'm going to back up slightly and look at her knowingly.
Oh no.
That's worse than anything I could do.
We haven't tried finger wagging.
Maybe we should do that. I can be quite severe, so if you wag your finger, I'll do the look.
I'd pinch her ear, but I've got axes in my hands.
Pinch it with the axe.
Chop off the ear and pinch it.
Right, yes, later. It's not my turn yet.
Is this what you're going to do? You're going to wag fingers and give a very... Is this an intimidation check? Is this like... Oh, is this just a...
Oh, this is just a chat, Tom.
I would like it. That's fine. You have now given Grula a very knowing look. She's still doing the little cutesy and then sort of like, oh.
Yeah, there we are. Less of that. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Now we'll get to killing you, okay?
Oh, no.
Good.
Oh, beans.
Go on.
I would say beans.
Yeah, go on, Agnes.
Oh, that ends my turn.
Oh, literally, that was just the chat. That was the...
Yeah.
So you have done the yes, because you did the detect thoughts. You don't want to pry it.
I can't go any deeper unless I use an action, but I've used an action to cast a spell.
There you go. Fair dues. Doris.
Lovely. Well, in that case, since she's a lying old hag and we don't deal with that now, do we, dearies? Now, Agnes, Sister P, listen here. There's this little trick of mine. Obviously, those medicinals I gave you, wonderful for the knees, for the back. You can, with a slight tweaking, turn them into a little something like this. And I will tear out my potions and pop the cork and go, to get a whiff of that. Acidic. And I will just give it a swirl. And then as I take the bottle, I don't let go of the bottle, but I fling the liquid at her, and it comes out in an arrow form as I'm casting Melf's acid arrow at her.
Nice.
Which is 5d4, so I'm doing it 3rd level. There we go. I need to attack to hit. Attack. Oh, shit. Yes. That is a... Where's my spell attack? +9, so that is a dirty 20.
You throw acid on this old hag.
Lovely.
Roll for damage.
Thank you. That's a 4, and a 1 for 5, and a 2 for 7, and another 2 for 9, and another 1 for 10. That is 10 points of acid damage for this round, and then on her turn, she'll take more.
Rude. You're all rude old ladies.
Now, no, I think you'll find you started this one, dearie. You should not be eating children. We're just giving you what is due.
But it's been so long. I haven't... Oh.
Then you probably should have changed your diet by now.
Doris makes excellent pastries. You should try them instead.
Oh, thank you, dear. Yes, I've got quite a few up my sleeve.
Maybe try Sister Belinda's new diet of eating adults. It seems to be working wonders for her.
Yeah, I think you've had a lot of consenting ones as well, which I know is important.
Do you consent to be eaten?
No.
Sorry?
Oh. People who want to be eaten say sorry.
No, can't do that. No take backsies.
Oh.
There's a lot of shrieking going. I can't hear you, dear. I'm
It's worth
sorry.
pointing out that this is just... They are just...
What?
Oh, it was my tinnitus.
Valka, can you please roll a contested strength check against the Yule Lads?
For my barbarians.
For your barbarians, yeah.
Okay. 19.
22.
Oh, no. These are strong lads.
They are surprisingly strong, and I hate to break it to you, the wee baby Snow Cheeks has awoken and is crying.
Not the baby owl.
The baby owl's like, "Ah!" But there's also the sound of people. Not only have they been alerted by the screaming, but people are like, "Hey, give us back our kids, you!" and running in and has started belaboring the Yule Lads who are like,
No, stop it. We need it for stew.
Also, there's just some big hunky Vikings who are like, hey.
Like, no, don't do that. Oh, why would... Oh, we're going to have to hit you now.
Oh.
Party foul, bro.
Yeah.
That is totally not cool, you know?
Dissolving hurt as these town folks with rolling pins are just hitting these boys. They're like, no! This is not the way they wanted it to go.
I can imagine not, no.
Interesting. Okay, so... Can everyone please make a wisdom check?
Check, not save.
Flat wisdom.
Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Oh, no.
I'm going to burn a sorcery point and re-roll it.
Did you get a 1?
No.
No.
I got a 10, but I now got a 12.
As if anyone ever gets a 1, I got you.
Good old halflings. No, I rolled a 5.
14.
19?
Very good. 13, and But I will shout to Sister Belinda in the moment of that happening, using my flash of genius, and sort of saying, for the tinnitus, I have a little, it's a funny thing, it's nutmeg, but I'll give it to you afterwards. You'll be straight as rain. And you get additional 5 on top of your, whatever it was you got. So
17.
So 17.
Amazing. So, who got less than 14? Valka and... Now Doris is wearing new clothes. So you're not so scared as Valka is, who's now technically frightened.
Oh no.
When a giant cat just looms out of the snow. Again, massive eyes. The rest of you are like, oh no. Valka, I don't know what about this. It's because you grew up in the mountains. And you were told stories, the stories you tell for children of don't go out into the wood, on the mountains alone.
Yeah.
You will be taken by the eel cat.
The eel cat?
The Yule cat.
Yule cat, okay.
The eel cat is dead and will not return.
We dealt with the eel cat already.
Also, the tales foretold.
The eel cat had too many tails.
No.
The Yule cat is so scary.
Is so scary. Again, because I'm looking at time, just sort of appears and then sort of looks at Grula and sort of she's like, attack them! And now, a clock point, as there is a clunk, clunk, clunk. Many of you didn't meet this old man who's now walking across the ice. Hand out, trying to follow his way, and just goes, Ansel, it's me. And all of you are like, if only we had read the entire story that I had written.
Oh!
But you don't get to find out the story of the Ice Princess.
If you're in Twitch chat and you want to know what the story of the Ice Princess is, let us know.
I imagine Tom will have put it on the wiki by now.
Yes, it'll be on the wiki. No pressure, Tom.
Look, all I'm going to say is if you write a story and you want a character to read it, don't give the book to the only illiterate person in the team.
Maybe bait that hook a bit more, babe.
Yeah, maybe.
You open the book, the words mean nothing.
Yeah, there are beautiful pictures in it though. It's just anyway.
Oh, it's that little snack from before that I met in the cafe, isn't it?
Oh, you liked him, Sister Belinda. Yes, quite the catch.
Your cat is distracted. Rula, what you going to do?
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
So there's a cat and a man.
There's a cat and a man.
Okay, and not an eel cat.
No
a Yule
eels.
cat.
And how big is this cat?
How big is the man?
Ginormous and man-sized.
Okay.
Which
Hold on.
I'm tempted to flip it just for lols, but no, the cat is huge, and the man is the size of just boom. I've come for you.
It's terrifying, normal-sized cat.
Yeah.
no man-sized cat.
Oh,
no, that's true.
It's pretty ginormous for a
It's
cat.
pretty big.
Yeah. The proportion system here between the man and the cat is working out fine.
Rula, who is in a bit of a strop, just throws her arms open. Apart from, I think, Sister, you're all standing within 60 feet of her, right?
Is she casting a spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Counter spell. Subtle. She doesn't know it's happening.
Sister Belinda, you naughty girl.
It's coming from an item, but yeah, no, I'm going to just. I love it when people just do not respect my bosses. Look at Crash and Bone, where it's just like, yeah, we're not scared of the dragon. I was like, but it's a big, scary dragon. Just throws her arms open and is like, yeah!
We don't even know what she was going to cast yet.
Neither does she.
Maybe she was going to give us a hero's feast.
Yeah.
Would have been
more
nice. Thanks,
food,
Sister
John.
Belinda.
Oh. Reaches down, taps the ring, uses her legendary action, and goes, and does it again.
There.
Okay, so everyone, Sister Belinda, you moved a distance, right?
Yeah.
So you're not. Everyone else
35
within.
feet away.
Everyone else within 35.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
I get 5 extra from being a little vampire.
It's a 60-foot cone. So I think this is everyone. Could everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw?
This is a... Oh no, this is a con, not dex. Yeah.
This is a con, yeah.
18.
18.
Constitution of an ox, this one.
Also 18.
9.
Ooh. 20.
13.
Ooh. Right, I need to roll some dice. The DC was 17. Come on.
Oh no, it's not been my turn. I can't do another reaction. Damn it.
But I want to.
Can I uncanny dodge this?
It's a cone, yeah.
I'll heal you when you're dead. Don't worry.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Which is also one of the sexy books. You can hear me when you're dead.
I'll hit you with my stick. Don't worry, dear.
Oh.
Actually fixes you. It's very strange.
It's a healing bonk.
Yes.
We've all had one of them.
That's another of the sexy books, the healing bonk.
Healing bonk.
That one's less subtle.
Yeah.
Personal favourite of mine.
That's what they used to call me when I was younger. Before I joined the convent.
Right.
And even then, sometimes still.
We don't talk about that. Glenville frowns.
Such a judgy Glenville. So,
Such a prude.
Cone of cold. Anyone who has got under the 17 has taken 43 points of cold damage.
Thank you.
Yep. If you have succeeded, you take half. So 21? 21, yeah.
You uncanny dodge it as rogues.
Murta does uncanny dodge, so yes, you take that. Is that you passed, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, so you take that. You take half damage.
Yeah.
You take the 21. Yeah. See how you like that. She's gonna run. It's not the smart option, but she's turning and she's running. Please do take your attacks of opportunity.
I will.
If this is also the end of her turn, she takes additional acid damage from my acid arrow.
How much?
3, 4. And I realised I'm an alchemical savant, so I was meant to add +5 damage previously, so if it's all right with you, I'll do it now.
She's like, yeah, see about that, as one of her fingers just falls off. Oh, no!
And 3 and a 4, so those 3 were better than the previous one. That is 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 5. That is 16 acid damage she takes from that.
More fingers are coming off now. Everyone, attacks of opportunity.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will you allow that Myrtle, having knitting everything, has a scarf on her that was knitted with love?
Is it new?
Probably knitted in the last few days.
Interesting. Did you give it to yourself?
No, I haven't given it to anyone yet.
But
I just have a few on me at any given time.
Oh, so are you going to give it to other people?
No, I'm going to throw it on the hag, who seemed to really dislike the idea of wearing a scarf made with love.
So are you giving it to the hag?
Yes.
Is everyone okay for this to possibly happen? And if this fails, then you can take your attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Good.
100%.
Myrtle. Say what you're going to say, and then make us. I don't know what this would be, a ranged attack or
gift roll.
Roll for gift.
Gift roll. Roll for gift.
Yeah.
I'd like to just say, you've been very naughty, but even naughty people deserve presents. Happy Wintermas! As I...
You throw the scarf. Let's make this like a DC of 15.
Okay.
I was about to say sleight of hand, but you're a rogue, and I just...
Yeah.
Just a flat D20, beat a 15.
Okay. $19.
First of all, Pixie, thank you for the plot-relevant scarf. A beautiful knitted scarf made with love and affection by a great grandma flies through the air, and I don't know how you get it to perfectly tighten around the neck of this Isaac, who just no, I hate it. It's so nice and carry, and it doesn't itch, and just starts melting down and down, and then turns and is like, "Cat, cat, help me!" The Yule cat looks back and begins plodding over. Looks down and just swallows Gruler. Looks at all of you. Valka, correct. And begins plodding off. At which point the Yule Lads are like, puts the children on the ground and then bend over and gives them all a little kiss and like, we're sorry. And as the cat plods, the Yule Lads sort of jump on and hold on to the fur and just dangling. And the cat begins running, and rather like the cat person, Totoro just takes off and is gone. So, there is much confusion here in the town of Silverhold as everyone gathers at what is midnight, and the children have got up and started running around and going, we got kidnapped, and it was scary. And 5 little piglets wrapped up in scarves are tripping over them and like, we would have killed it because we're brave. At which point various grandparents and parents are like, right, okay, time for bed. If you don't go to sleep, the Yule cat will come. Just go to bed. And they're like, we want sweets. And they're like,
oh, I've got some spare.
Yay!
Here you go.
You are flocked by 30
Sugar-loading children at midnight.
Yeah. Various grandparents and parents are like,
not our ones, so it's okay.
Look, they've been through an ordeal. They were nearly kidnapped. They need a
Very
little
true.
something.
Oh, I think so, yes. Tell you what, you give them out the sweets, I'll give you some of mine, and then I'll go to each of the parents with a little push, go, just get them to sniff this before bed. They'll be out for 8 hours minimum. Don't you worry, dear. Off you go.
Doris, could I have some of that, please?
That sounds great.
I'll sort us out when we go upstairs, dearies. Don't you worry.
Do you think this happens every year around here? It doesn't really seem very safe way to run your Wintermas. I mean,
they know
business.
the kobold has come up and was like, so it didn't because there was a dragon, and I think Gruler was worried about the dragon coming back, and now there's no dragon here. Suddenly everything's back to the way it was before. But she's gone now.
And the cat? The relevance of the cat?
Oh,
And the man with the rags.
Just that guy.
The enormous man.
I feel like there was a plot, but I was having a cup of tea chatting with my friends and I might have missed it. Could you like fill in for us, please, young Cable?
I think there's a human-sized cat as well somewhere.
Yeah, and then a giant cat-sized human.
Yes, quite the catch. Yes.
It's all very confusing. Please use your theatre skills to enlighten us.
The Two Ice Princes by Karu Winter. Once upon a time, when the moon was different, there lived two boys in this castle. The Prince of Horses was a very good boy. He did not tell lies, always cleaned his plate, and he never spat at the dog. He was very dull. Picture of the Prince of Horses cleaning a plate. The dog remains unspat at. The Prince of Cats, his twin brother, liked to play his drum and do impressive things such as steal or throw things. He was very interesting. Prince of Cats playing a drummer, which is clearly early in the morning. The dog is back. It is damp. One day, the king offered the boys a gift. I would like something particularly useful, said the boring Prince of Horses. You shall have a new hat, said the king. Horses is wearing a woolen hat over his very tidy hair. I want a trumpet, said the very awesome Prince of Cats. That is a bad gift, said the king, who died later that year from a fall. How about you have a new scarf, said the Prince of Horses, who always had to tell people what to do. The Prince of Cats is jumping up and down on his ugly scarf. The Prince of Cats ran off into the woods. Horrid family, horrid king, horrid kingdom, yowled the Prince of Cats. I am never coming back. The Prince of Cats is running through the woods. The trees are horrid. The Prince of Cats wasn't paying attention and fell through some ice on a frozen lake. Oh no, cried the prince. Will someone save me? The Prince of Cats has fallen into his lake. His arms are up in the air. I shall help you, said a voice. The Prince of Cats looked at the shore where an old woman stood. She was very old and had a big sack which moved. Take my stick, said the old woman, and I shall take you home for dinner. The Prince of Cats did not trust the ice hag, but he didn't want to drown. The ice hag on the shore is old and twisted. Her eyes are huge and her teeth are sharp. She has a large sack on her back. She offers a stick to the prince who takes it. As soon as she had him ashore, the hag threw the Prince of Cats into her bag. A fine addition for my pot, she cackled, and began to hobble away. She was half away across the ice when the Prince of Horses, wearing his hat and his brother's scarf, appeared. Ah, shrieked the hag, a loving gift! Not for me, I shall away to my stew! Come back, cried the Prince of Horses. Save me, cried the Prince of Cats, but the ice hag had fled across the snow. Ice hag pulls away from the Prince of Horses in his winter gear. On her back, the Prince of Cats reaches for his brother. The Prince of Horses reaches back. The Prince of Horses began to cry so hard. Oh, my sweet brother, what must I do to save you? Why are you crying? Said a voice. Horses is looking up from crying. In the silhouette is a large bear and a girl with pigtails standing on his back. Who are you? Said the Prince of Horses. Out of the wood came a really interesting and pretty girl and a giant and scary bear. Watcher, said the girl. She was a very clever and talkative girl. You can call me Kara, and this is the King of the Winter Wood. The King of the Winter Wood yawned, which meant, hello. Kara looks about 12. She has small round bear ears and paws as hands. She is winking and pointing at herself. King of the Winter Wood is a bear. Why are you making noise? Asked Kara. An ice hag stole my brother, said the Prince of Horses. Ah, dip, said Kara, which is a really cool thing they say in Waterkeepdale, which is a town on the material plane. Ice hags are awful. I hate them, and so does the king. We shall help you. Give you our blessing so you can go and fight or something. Will you? Asked the very stupid prince who never learnt to listen. Sure, said Kara, who didn't need to listen because no one had anything worth listening to. Just swear loyalty to us and I promise we'll help. Give you a great power, but we'll only work when you're near him. Kara is now offering a hand to shake. The king is asleep. The prince is extending his hand. So the Prince of Horses shook and made a fey promise like a big stupid rabbit. He was going to serve the court of the king until his brother was found. Thing being, no one knew where the ice hag was and Kara had got bored and didn't ask. Don't put that I got bored. I was busy. I was doing important things. Kara is both roller skating and kicking a deer in the head. Anyway, the Prince of Horses has been wandering around getting older and sadder. Thing is, he can't die until he finds his brother, and the magic would die if the Prince of Cats was dead, so he's probably a tree now or something, I don't know. They say the prince offers kindness and goodwill to all that he meets, so if you find a lost soul, offer him food and rest, because he just might be a prince or something. I'm really bored. Can you even publish this or something? Anyway, I've got a deer to kick. On the final page, a mostly white page, there's a small silhouette of an old man wandering through the snow. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, says the very confused kobold.
That's a lovely tale, dear. I didn't know they'd made it into a book. Oh,
I know. It's, well, because most versions, they don't get all the very odd descriptions, but...
so one way of putting it, aye.
I mean, the Winter Ladrin's just... I could give you many copies. If I take it back to Winterwood, Cara will be very angry. She thinks it would be a hit. It turns out the Autumn Stack published a book and she's jealous. Not my problem.
Is she bullying you?
Yes. She is.
Do you need an intervention?
Yes. Would you like to come to Winterwood and yell at the Winter Bear?
Can we have a nap first?
Ladies, I did have to say, I understood virtually none of the words that young man just said, but I feel like we have to go kill a bear and a girl.
Yeah. I think
that's the next part of this mission.
It's the only logical conclusion.
I agree, yes.
As the camera reveals an old man who's like, well, technically, I mean... Okay, this is going to be confusing, as he suddenly turns into a skeletal horse. Good to meet you. I'm the Mary Lloyd. Let's go get my brother back and let's go kill a bear. Would you like to all get on the back of this skeletal horse?
You'll have to carry me up because I'm not going to be able to move my leg that high.
Mama's coat is wearing the ribbons. There's ribbons. Well, actually, if you want to know what the Mary Lloyd looks like, it looks a bit like that.
Well, he'll have to carry me on top of him because there's simply no way I'm going to.
As ribbons extend, offering you something to hold on to. Do you all take the ribbons?
Yes.
I left some of my kit upstairs. Do I not have time to go and get it?
Too late.
Okay, bye. I'm coming.
As the Mary Lloyd turns,
oh boy,
and begins like the snowman, running into the air,
holding on.
So,
Sweet little moment, babe.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. That certainly wasn't your time. And I also got to write the children's story I wrote at 3 a.m.
Oh.
Hey.
Couldn't tell.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I deserve cakes and candies and sweets. Be them hey. Thank you everyone for joining us for this very talkative, very fun one shot. If you have enjoyed, Mondays and Tuesdays on Twitch at 6 p.m. GMT, because it is the winter. I think there's going to be more one-shots. Not quite sure what we're going up against at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to be great. Also, if you'd like to come join us at 6 p.m. on a Friday, there's going to be a show. Talk together. Maybe we'll talk about a show, or maybe it's talking as a free action, in which some very charming, ethereal, powerful creatures decide to put people through basically an escape room where people do not appreciate how good a bear trap is. Bear traps. Hire bear traps before you go into the Winterwood. Anyway, it's great fun. We get to talk to people from the TTRPG community and our friends. That's a separate thing. We are not friends. Anyway, so our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogether, and you can find all our content archived on youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There's also podcasts. If you are listening to the podcast, you missed the fact that we were all dressed up for the season. It's too darn hot, though. Only that myself stuck it out. Although I would like to point out that Evie is wearing fingerless gloves. Yay!
For the podcast listeners, I am wiggling my fingers. It's
wigglies. So, huge thanks to the D20 Club. They have built us a wonderful Discord. There's also a wiki. Good luck trying to chronicle how all this works. I just decided to invent a new faith. Anyway, so yes, you can join us on Patreon for $1 gold piece, £1, $1, any kind of denomination would be greatly appreciated and helps us. Keeps us in straw sweets. So big thank you to our supporters and sponsors. Social media, Roll Together RPG, and just enjoy the festive season. And if you get a chance to give, a scarf or something to your loved one, explain it will stop the Yule Cat from eating them. They'll be very confused. Don't let the Yule Lads eat you. Have a good night.